Welcome back to another episode of Coachly Rooted. You know, you see who you got today. First of all, we got Cousin to my left,
Bula.
and we got Superman here too. And our guest for today, fellas. Coming to the stage, we got Sunni, Taiese.
Everybody claps and everybody applauds.
Hey, first of all, we appreciate you for taking time to come on our pod.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for reaching out and having me.
Yeah, of course. We love what you're doing. But on Coachly Rooted, before we get to the tree that you are now, let's start from the roots. Where did everything start from? Where you born and raised at? Where did you grow up at?
Born and raised Utah County.
Okay.
So I think I was born in PG.
PG.
Mom, correct me if I'm wrong.
Help!
But I pretty much was like raised in American Fork. That's where I was.
Oh, okay.
That's my cutie little town over there, and I love it.
AF?
And then I graduated from American Fork High School, class of 2022.
What is that, cavemen's?
Yeah, skip. AFOD, if you know, you know.
Oh,
It's okay. We'll let it slide. We'll let it slide.
Nah, just kidding. Okay, AF, okay.
Yeah, AF.
Graduated from AF high
Yeah,
school.
graduated AF high school. Decided I didn't want to go to college,
Okay.
which is fine. Hey, college is not for everyone, by the way.
Definitely.
Speak on it, though. Yeah, there you go.
It's not for everyone, and that is okay. You don't have to feel guilty about it. And I promise you, everything works out.
We keep, and you know it's crazy. We keep telling Poole that you should have went to college. It's okay.
So thank
that
you.
didn't go
So
to
thank
college.
you.
No, for sure.
Thank you for saying that.
No, absolutely. And I got you. Like, yep.
Ufa,
What
Superman.
we told Boy was you have to at least graduate high school first. College. Don't worry about college, but
At least come on.
Again, what she said. School's not for everybody.
But hey, Bob will graduate. Have a
Oh, my bad. My bad.
Oh, there you go.
My bad.
We'll talk, okay? Yeah, thanks. Yeah, but that's where I was, born and raised.
How many siblings you got?
yeah, there you go.
Oh my gosh, how many siblings I got? I'm the oldest.
Okay.
And then it's my sister Milika, my brother Cash, my other sister London, and then my baby sister Sailor. And yeah,
How's that growing up in?
it's good. I feel like, and I feel
Full
like
household.
yeah, pretty full household. And I also have like 2 dogs that I consider like part of the family.
Definitely. Got to.
I have to. I love them. They're my babies.
What kind of dog are they?
I got a pit bull and a Labrador.
A Labrador.
You got a pet?
I love big dogs. I love big scary dogs. When I move, I'm currently living at home, but when I move out, I'm gonna get a big dog because that's all I know. That's all.
That's cool.
Hey, that's tight.
Yeah. But I was the oldest.
Okay.
I'm the oldest. I feel like I'm really close with my younger siblings just because like I was with them all the time, always baby.
You're their parent,
Yeah.
right?
My parents were always working. Not that they were neglectful. I want to make that so clear. That just like they were always working, or like if they wanted a night out, and I don't know. I also feel like I don't know. I've always like I love kids, and so like and I've always had like that like motherly instinct that I'm just like, I have to take care of them. Like,
You know what's-
these are my siblings. Like my baby sister Sailor, we're like this. We're always together.
Aw,
We're never apart, and I love that little girl with my entire being.
that's
Entire
crazy.
So-
But I feel like that comes with being the oldest in a Polynesian household.
Yeah,
It's like
sure.
as a parent, you grew up with your parent, right? But then in
Yeah.
the end, you become the parent to your younger siblings.
Exactly. No, I agree, and
But that's cool though that you took
Yeah.
that on though. Like,
Yeah.
you know what?
yeah, and no regrets. I'm really big on family, and I feel like the Polynesian like culture is. We all are. So obviously it's already rooted in us. So.
Look, we can't go on with this without shouting your dad out.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Hi, Dad.
Yeah, y'all know who her dad is.
Dad. I wouldn't be surprised if half of these people knew my dad because everybody knows my dad, and my dad
Hey, he be on that drum.
always drum,
Shout him
piano,
out.
trumpet.
You ain't lying, hey.
Singing. He's everything.
Instruments.
I don't think there's not like one like musical instrument that he's not good at, or if he
Dang.
like can become good at in like 5 seconds.
Look, I'm just gonna tell a story about your pops real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Come on, let's hear that.
Please,
When
please. I
when
need to get
iPods when
my dad is
iPods when iPods was coming out, iPods. Remember iPods?
Damn, how old are you?
No, I don't know.
I just turned 28 yesterday, but when iPods was coming out, right? I didn't know how to put music in them yet. Hey, but everybody kept telling me, hey, go to this guy. I was like, who's this guy? All the older generation, go to this dude. This dude's got music.
Music on music.
Hey, I give this my iPod. Hey, shout you out though, my dude. Came back, I had music in there, cousin, from 60s all the way to now. This was like 2002 at the time. 2000s maybe.
Not born yet.
But hey, but all I'm saying is,
Was not born yet.
all I'm saying is my guy had a love for music,
All right.
and that's where I'm going with this because, like she said, he plays
Everything.
drum,
Everything.
but so it's like that. You know what I mean? Hey, shout him out. So it's kind of
That's cool.
Shout out, Pops.
yeah.
I love
like,
that. I love
and
you,
obviously
Dad.
you created this, so that's why we're here
Yeah,
today.
come
So
on.
we got to shout you out.
So he played all instruments.
Yeah.
You play any?
I tried to. I sing. I tried.
sing.
Yes, I sing. Guys, I'm one of many talents.
Oh, happy day.
Okay.
Guys,
Okay.
many.
I'm a triple threat.
Oh,
When
So-
Jesus-
there you go.
But I tried to learn when I was growing up, but I just like never had the time for it. My parents put me in a bunch of different sports, and that was kind of their thing, which never ended up going anywhere. By the way, never ended up doing. Any
No,
of
you
that.
never.
I
liked
never. I
sports?
was just. I'm not a like. I like sports. I've just never been one to like play them. I'm not competitive like that. I'm competitive in other ways. I'm not competitive like that. I remember.
So that's how you knew you're like.
Yeah,
sports
I was
not
like,
for
I was
you.
like, I can't. I'm way too nice for this. I remember. No, I'm serious.
Stop. You just take the ball.
That's literally what happened.
Why would you do that to her? Well, an opposite team. What do you mean?
I got you.
Well, there was a story I remember. I was playing soccer. I think I was like 10, 11. And my coach was like, he literally pulled me aside before a game and he was like, Sunny, I actually like need you to be more aggressive. And I was like, no, for sure, coach, for sure. And then we were like on the field. I like kicked the ball and I kicked it out of a girl's like the ballers right here. And I kicked it and then she fell over. And I was like, oh my gosh, are you okay? And I'm like, let me help you up. And my
Yeah.
coach from the sidelines goes, Sunny, stop. Chase the ball. And I was like,
Sub, get out of
I
here,
know,
Sonny.
He was like, all right, wrap it up. Wrap it up.
Yeah,
He's
we're done,
like, get over here.
Go ahead, hit the showers early.
Yeah, he's like, and that's your season. That's like the first game.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, okay. So I enjoy sports. Like I'm pretty athletic. I work out. I do all
Okay.
that, but I can't be competitive like that.
No, that's cool.
I feel like it hurts my feelings and like when I'm it
feelings?
hurts my feelings when I meet other people. Like when I'm like
okay.
when like I knock them down or like I steal the ball from them. I'm like, sorry. I'm all having a panic attack. I'm like, oh my gosh. They're like,
We're still friends after this, right?
they're like, girl, stand up. Oh my gosh.
But Kalia,
Like, it's not that deep. Like, I'll see you after practice. Oh my gosh. I know. Yeah. So like, I've never been in the sports. So I never did them through high school. I actually did. What do you guys think I did through high school? I love playing this game.
Okay. Besides sports,
That's.
besides sports.
Dang, I shouldn't have told that story. Because
besides sports, because I would have guessed sports.
Okay.
Choir.
Ooh, that's a good
close.
one.
That's a good guess, but close.
Drama.
Yes. I did musical theater and theater. I won second in state my senior year. I got a perfect score my junior year right before COVID hit.
Okay. So let me ask you this: What? You a little bit into acting? Would you ever like go all into acting?
Yeah, I think I would, but I also I love modeling. I think I can do both. I mean, Zendaya does it.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
all these people do it. You know what I mean? So I think I can do both.
why not?
Why not?
They look at the
Who's
portfolio.
stopping me?
yeah.
Who is stopping me? Nobody.
You would be, you would make like I could see you in like a comic movie, like a funny,
I think so too.
you know what I mean? Like an
I
Adam
really-
Sandler.
I'm really good at comedy.
Adam Sandler.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
He makes funny
Hey.
movies.
Hey, say it
Oh,
with
like
chest.
that.
No.
Hey, I want to be on an Adam Sandler movie, bro. Hey, hit me up. But okay, so
Crazy.
That's
crazy.
I was thinking, yeah.
okay, so you weren't in this.
I was gonna say something more serious. But
Yeah, I was just saying. I see you in it. What
yeah, come on.
Thanks, guys. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you so much.
Adam Sandler.
Sandler.
Stupid.
Well, hold the hell up. Hold on. What is going on here?
You know, maybe like a notebook.
Stupid.
Something like, like
You think I'm a girl?
Idiot.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
That's
That's
crazy.
wild.
Oh, that's crazy.
Don't try to do that.
That's a good movie.
Do all that now.
No,
Okay.
that's great.
That's a good movie. Yeah. So
You know what I'm
watch
saying?
Goodness.
But
Cool. You said you came in second place in your junior.
My senior year,
Oh,
I wanted to. I think Corner Canyon won the first place, if I remember. But I remember when I accepted the reward right after I was done, because we have like costumes and stuff.
Right.
We go like full out for this.
Okay. Damn.
And so like I had this like I wore like this green envelope dress. My hair was all pretty. And then after we were done with like, because like you had to go to like 3 different rooms and there was like judges and stuff. And then like depending on what you scored with those, you could go to like the final round and like compete up against like all the best ones. So we ended up making it. We ended up doing the scene. Shout out Sam, you were the best scene partner.
Shout out, Sam.
You were the
Appreciate it.
best.
Thank you, Sam.
What was the scene?
keep on.
What was the scene that you guys?
Don't open that.
What's wrong?
Don't open that. I said don't open that.
Hey, shout out.
Hey, Skylar, can we get some? Thank you, Skylar.
Thank you, Skylar. I didn't know that was gonna happen.
Shout
I'm
out,
so sorry,
Buck
guys.
Up. We usually do
Shout
a
out,
Celsius.
Sunni.
Shout out Sunni
Shout
for
out Sunni for
providing.
the-
Sunny, you know, we're gonna get into it a little bit later, but
Brian, I love them. I love you, Bucks. You're my favorite. Becky, shout out Becky. Becky, I love you. You're the reason I get to do this. Thank you. I love you.
Fire.
Oh my.
Yummy, isn't it? So yummy?
Hold on now.
I did not mean for them to be
Celsius,
busy.
we
Sorry.
might need to
I'm
talk
so
a little
sorry. I
bit.
apologize.
No, you're good. You're good.
So sorry. Anyways,
I'm gonna wait.
Hey, can you talk about the
Yes,
scene?
fire.
The scene that you guys.
yes.
yeah,
Okay.
what was the scene? Doing?
So, oh geez, I don't even remember. It was like the scene. It was supposed to be like this really funny scene, and like it was. But like when I think Sam, when he first brought it up to me, I was like, okay, how are we gonna make? He like showed it to me. And he was like, it's funny, right? And I was like, yeah.
You didn't like it.
Well,
You didn't like it.
Because I was like, I'm also kind of like a visual learner, so like you have to show me, and then I can be like, oh, it is funny. But like when reading it from the script, I was like,
It didn't hit.
I was like, how am I supposed to make this funny? I was like, everyone's gonna be like dead silent to me, and I'm not gonna win anything, and it's actually be embarrassing. I'm gonna want to like crawl, because I was like, oh my goodness, like this isn't okay. But I had faith because Sam knows what he's doing, and he was like, well, we'll just like rehearse it, try it out, whatever. So like I read over the script, and when I was watching other people perform this scene, I was trying to be like, okay, well, that part to them is funny, but like this part to me is funny. So I want to make an emphasis on this because like if I say it like this or I do an emotion like this, everyone's gonna be like, I didn't think of that. That was really freaking funny. And I'm gonna be like, yes, exactly.
I thought about it.
Making
what I
it
mean?
your own.
Yeah, making it my own because I feel like sometimes as an actor you have like an imposter syndrome, and so you're gonna want to try and do it like everybody else. I remember I took this acting class. Shout out Lance. I miss
Lance.
you. He was like my little. He was my acting teacher. I took his classes last year, and one of the things that we had to do was we had to choose a monologue, which is pretty much just like a 60-second like a character talking to like a paragraph, whatever.
Right.
And the one thing he was like warning us about, and he was like, I don't want you guys like doing this like all the other celebrities that you see, because some of the monologues that were chosen were very popular. And so, you know, like whoever is going to say it one way, but you need to say it a different way because you're not that person, you know what I mean?
Improvise.
So how do you do that though? Like if I seen Leonardo DiCaprio deliver like a 60-minute
Okay.
or 60-second,
60 minute would
I'd
be
be
crazy.
like,
Hey, that's a whole movie. Hey,
I'm tired.
That's a long monologue. I'm going to bed.
You know what I
I'm
mean?
walking out of the theater.
something funny like
Yeah.
Will Smith. Like
Yeah.
how do you not try to copy them?
That's a good question. I think, at least for me, I try to derive my character from myself, because I feel like every character that I've ever played I see myself in them somehow. And you know what I mean?
little
So I
part
try
of
to,
you
yeah.
in there.
Yeah. And then also a thing I like to do is I try to separate that monologue, if I'm performing one, from the movie that it's from, and I make my own story behind it. So that way it has like, so certain words have a different meaning, if that makes sense. So when I say something, you know what I
that is
mean?
dope.
It can mean one thing in the movie, but to my
Different.
character's story, it's a different thing, which means it will come out differently.
Right.
Which means I'll say it differently, which means, you know.
Okay, since we're on the subject,
It's like
do you watch like shows, movies?
I used to. I'm a big reader.
Oh.
I read a lot. That's another hobby of mine. I really like reading.
Yeah, I just got done reading the whole Harry Potter.
Oh, okay. So I was just like,
Yeah.
I never read that.
what's that again?
The introduction.
The introduction
page.
The title
Hey,
page. Just the
here's
title.
a hate. Here's a hate. I watched the movie and then I tell the book about it. But
But how'd it go? Like what happened? So you
Oh, so I got it and then we rehearsed it and then I was like, never mind, I can actually make this funny. I also did some workshopping with my my drama teacher at the time, Mr. Johnson, and he was like, try this, try this. It's also good to perform it and practice it in front of people because people can also give their like critiques and different perspectives, what can also like help the scene and stuff. So I did that a lot.
Is that awkward though?
No,
It didn't feel weird?
no, I don't. I think I've lost the embarrassment feeling,
Oh.
honestly.
So
I
you
feel
a
like,
pro.
Yeah, no, I've like
That's good,
I've fallen
I
on
mean,
stage.
yeah.
I've
Oh,
like
good.
messed up on stage. So and they're like at least I'm literally like I have to dissociate myself from embarrassment. Like I literally just have to be like, I'm not embarrassed.
That's
Sorry.
tight. Okay.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm not embarrassed.
So you over that part.
Yeah. So I was like, whatever. So I was like, if I mess up, I mess up. And if I don't, I don't. Either way, I'm
hey, that's a good thing to get over, though.
Right.
well, and then at the same time, you have to you have to have like confidence in yourself and be like, because there was a time where I would mess up on stage and I would be like, oh my gosh, like I just ruined the rest of the
Yeah.
scene.
World's over.
Guys, please. I'm like, somebody shoot me right here, right now, assassinate me, because that's actually gonna. I was like, because that's actually gonna drive me insane. And then And then one day I was just like, okay, what if I just didn't feel embarrassed?
Yeah.
And it worked. I was like,
That's not,
I'm actually not embarrassed.
Yeah.
And it was crazy. It was a crazy feeling. And I was like, actually, I'm gonna just keep doing this. So
it's probably like less pressure too, though, right? Like now
yeah.
you're not like on walking on eggshells now.
Yeah, no. And if I mess up, I always just make it part of the scene. I'm always and like
Improv.
or I skip over it like it never
Improv,
happened. And
yeah.
if they ask me about it, I'm like, that was part of it. What are you talking about? I just like
Meant to
gaslight
do
them
that.
into thinking that it's like part of the thing. I'm like, actually, it never happens.
Acting 101.
Yeah, acting 101.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to get
Actually,
into it.
Don't ask me anything about that because all I know is
I like how you're doing it right in the middle. Shit. All right.
That's how you know.
what?
Hey,
Guys,
hey.
guys, you know what, guys? This is my business. This is my business. What do you guys know about this? What do you guys
Skylar,
know
go
about-
ahead and cut that
What do you
out
guys
of the
know
whole.
about
Y'all ever
juicy
got a role
melon?
model? This is what models do. Gotta make sure they good all the time.
Dries. You want me to have dry lips the entire time?
I was
I'm
going to
talking?
tell you
No,
that. I
you're
can see it on
Yeah,
camera.
3 of us do, so it's cool.
I've been over here licking my lips every 5 minutes.
All right, hold up. Let me get into this though.
Go ahead.
So getting into drama, you a colored girl, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we should say it.
Where you going with this?
Grew up in AF.
Yes.
It's gotta be probably
Hey, I was like 1 out of the 5 colored girls at school, by the way. It was really
okay.
fun.
See, this is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So when you was getting into all these things that you getting into,
Mm-hmm.
was there always like the look down, like, look at the Pauline girl. She thinks she can't act. Come on,
Oh, who's this brown girl think she can model?
come on.
Get your ass off the stage.
I'm just talking about drama.
Yeah.
Go throwing coconuts.
Damn.
I'm like,
It's
oh
different.
my goodness. No.
Different.
No, I think it's I try not to let it get me down. Just because I don't know. I want to bring up my mom for a second. My mom has raised me to she's always told me you're allowed to take up space. And you deserve to be there as much as anybody else.
Hey, shout out your mom for
Yeah,
that.
shout out Aubrey.
Preach on, mama. Yeah.
Hey, shout out your mom for that.
There you go.
For sure.
But my mom has always been my biggest supporter in that aspect. She might not know like what it's like to be a girl of color in a predominantly white environment, but she tries her best and that is enough. And like I said, she's always just been like, you are allowed to take up space. Nobody there is above you. Nobody there is below you. You deserve to be there as much as everybody else does. So go kill it. She's always been like that. So I've always had that mindset of like,
Walk with your head
I can do that too. She can do it. I can do it. And yes, there was like times where I was like, well, they wouldn't cast me because this character's she's white. You know what I mean? Like my, what was it? My freshman year, we did a musical called Guys and Dolls, and it was at the auditions, the junior high. So I don't know if you guys know this, but like freshman is still considered like in junior high over like in American Fork. So like technically in junior high, but like my freshman year, you're doing a musical, Guys and Dolls, and I remember at the auditions, I was like, at that point, I haven't gotten a lead, and I was like kind of discouraged, and I was like, I'm not gonna cast me as anything because like this character, like she's not meant to be brown, she's not meant to be Tongan, and but I remember that year really surprised me, because me and a friend of mine, another Sam Havili, he's also Tongan, ended up getting the lead roles. And it was really fun, and it was like a really cool like experience.
Wow.
I did have some jealousy though when it came to it.
Why is
Wait,
it?
why?
Why?
I remember, I guess like a little story time. I remember at one of our rehearsals, so in that musical we had an A and a B cast. So like one cast would perform one night, the other cast would perform another night. I was the A cast. So I remember at one of the rehearsals, it was both casts when we were rehearsing, we had, I guess people were talking about me, and they were like, and I'm aware that I can be like a little much for people. Like I'm very loud, I'm very sociable, which I'm not apologizing for, by the way. I'm just saying it's okay if I'm not everyone's cup of tea.
Social butterfly.
I understand that. Like, yeah. So, but they were talking about me, and one of the girls was like, they were talking about you. Like she comes up to me, and I was like, okay, well, what were they saying? And they were saying that you're the annoying Adeline, and that so-and-so was supposed to be like the main Adeline, like the first one.
Yeah.
And I looked at her and I said, okay, well, who got the part, me or them? I said, who got the role though? Was it me or them? Because I'm looking at my costume right now. And it kind of looks like I'm the lead.
Ooh,
Not to be like that person, but it's like,
Nah, you got to do that sometimes.
Yeah, right.
well, and they were like, and just, just stuff like that. Or I would have some people make comments and be like, oh my gosh, like, I don't think there's ever been a brown Adeline. And I was like, what a weird thing to say out loud.
You ain't lying.
You know what I mean? I was like, what a funny thing to say.
But look,
to
I feel like
police.
some people, they don't even realize, like maybe
I
it
think
didn't
it's
come off
ignorance.
hurt.
No, for sure.
hurtful.
I also feel like there's ignorance behind it.
Facts.
But I also have met some people where I'm like, you know what you're saying, dude. Like, don't act stupid.
Yeah, don't
you know
be
what I
dumb
mean?
now.
Like, don't be dumb.
I mean, it's just like the Disney movie. What was that? The Lives for Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right?
Yeah, she black.
Yeah, black girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, my only thing is iconic red hair,
Right.
right? It was the iconic red hair growing up. But yeah, I understand.
Yeah,
Exactly.
no. So, but it is what it is. And so what? At what point do you just go, I'm chilling?
Screw it,
At
huh?
what point do I just go, okay? Sure.
But I'm Adeline A, so
Who got the role, me or you, babe? Let me know.
That's true though.
Let me know. All right.
hey, that's
You're
tight.
dancing behind me for a reason, babe.
Be the backup dancer. That's what you do.
Know your role and shut that mouth.
I was like, that sounds like mean, but seriously, like it was one of those things. Like they were just being nasty towards me. So I was like, okay.
Hey, good way
Huh.
I was
to
like,
bounce back.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Love
but-
you,
Getting
queen.
hate from outside the club. Can't even get in.
I know exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But that's dope though. But when let's go into more after that. So obviously you didn't want to go acting, even though you did you went into drama.
Yeah, I did. I was acting. I was doing drama and theater since I was like 8 years old.
Oh, okay.
So it was like my whole life, pretty much. Like that was the thing that I was doing. Also, kind of while I was doing sports, and I was like, I actually really like this. Like,
Oh, okay.
I was like, this is really fun.
So is that what you thought you was gonna like do?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like through high school, it was like, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna go study acting. I'm gonna go do all this, and it's gonna be so fun. But I don't know. It didn't feel right. Like my senior year, I was like trying to almost gaslight myself into being like, no, but you're gonna go to college and it's gonna be fine, and like you're gonna go for acting, you're gonna love it. And then like the more I thought about it, I was like, I actually can't get behind that because that's gonna freak me out. I was like, I actually can't do that.
Hey, that was crazy though to
Yeah.
like change your mind senior year after
Yeah.
you've been doing it since you was 8. Like,
I know. I was like, I was like, well, like I don't know if you guys had those like the counselor meetings where they'd be like, anyway, so here's your resume. Like this is the
Yes.
colleges you want to go to, and this is this. And I remember like lying and being like, yeah, I'm so excited to do that. I can't wait to apply. I'm so excited. I can't wait for SUU. That was like my whole high school experience. Like I really was trying to gaslight myself into being like, I'm going to do theater and it's going to be so fun. And I love theater. I want to make that so clear. I was just like, what then? Like what after? Like I always have to, for me, I always have to have a plan B. I'm like, okay, well, what if acting doesn't work out?
Then what?
Hey, I need to eat. Hey, I need to pay bills.
There you go.
Not saying that actors can't like make money. It's just like it's hard.
that's true.
You know what I mean? It's a really hard like field. So I was like, I don't know. I was like, don't make me do this anymore.
Okay.
I'll still do it. Like I would love to do like another play or another musical, but I literally was just
It just
don't
wasn't
have the
in the
time.
cards for you.
Yeah, it wasn't in the cards. Don't have the time right now. And maybe in the future I'll be like in a big movie.
Hey,
Okay.
you never know.
Putting it
Shout out Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler. You know what I'm
putting it out
saying?
there right now. I'm manifesting this. I will be in a big movie. And you guys will come back to this interview and be like, oh my gosh, do you guys remember when we did that?
Yeah. You heard it here first on Coach Lee Rudy.
Okay, so let me ask you this: At what point did the change come where you're like,
Yeah.
out of acting, your mind's not in there. Now you're like, I think I'll just focus on modeling. Like, let me do this.
Oh, when did even modeling come up?
Oh, okay. How old was I? I've always wanted to model. My mom's a photographer, so I've always been in front of a camera literally since I was born. And so like I said, I've always been in front of a camera. But I remember watching all these fashion shows growing up and looking at magazines and being like, I want to do this. That looks so cool. What do you mean I get to wear cool outfits and then they take pictures of me? And then it's there forever? Are you kidding? I was like, the clothes home? I was like, and then they give it to me? And I'm like, just stuff like that.
Okay.
And so I've always wanted to do that, but my mom was like, you're not doing that until you're like 16, 17. Like, because
That's grown up.
it's
Yeah.
a really, and I obviously with any field of work, it's a scary world out there. So you don't
Especially
know.
for a female.
Yeah, especially for a girl.
That's right.
Hey, had a guy ask at work today if I was there by myself, and then he was being really weird. We'll get into that later.
All right. A weirdo. Hey, shout that.
Creep?
What a weirdo.
I'll tell you guys the
creep?
story later.
Oh.
But like, my mom was like, "You're not doing that." She's like, "I want you to enjoy being a kid because
you go.
in the
Hey.
slight chance you do take off, like be a kid.
Hey.
Like kids aren't kids
Come
these
on.
days." And
not?
so she was like, "I just want you to wait. I just want you to wait it out." And so I did, and I didn't get my first modeling gig until I was 16, 17. And it's when I first like started advertising myself as a model, and my mom was like, "Oh, like you can start like reaching out to brands." Or my mom was like, "I know a couple people who like run these things, and like I'll tell them that you'd want to start like doing stuff for them for free, like start out for that, whatever." And yeah, and it just kind of started from there.
And you know what's crazy about that is that even though your mom told you to wait on it, it's like she kind of knew she was setting up things
Before.
Yeah.
for you. So when you came up to her and said,
Yeah.
"Hey, mom, I'm ready to be a model," she's
Yeah.
like, "Okay, cool. Look, I already hit up this person."
Yeah, she was very
So
like,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like a mom is like, all they want to do is protect us, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's nothing more to a mom than what we want to be. Like if you
For
want to
sure.
tell your mom, "Hey, I want to be a football player,"
Yeah.
your mom's gonna tell you, "Okay, but you're not ready right now." But she'll do everything in her power behind things
Yeah.
to
Gonna
get
wake
you
you up
ready.
every morning.
she's going, yeah.
She'll get you your
say your prayer.
Yeah, she'll get up in the morning and
Keep you in line.
praise. She'll make.
She'll
I
build
feel
it up
like-
brick by brick.
There you go.
So then when it's done, you have
when
a
you're
house.
ready, so when you're ready to come
Have a
over there and you
foundation.
tell her, "Hey, I'm ready," your mom's like, "There you go, I already built the foundation.
Yeah.
Go ahead and take over." So
Yeah.
hey, shout out to your mom again for
Yeah.
doing that,
Shout out
man.
to
That's
Mommy, I love
that's
you.
real love.
Oh, okay, but let me ask you this.
Yeah.
We know how mom felt. How did that feel?
Yeah. How does the
said,
Tongan guy feel about my daughter here?
I said, I want to be a model.
Huh?
What did that say?
Hey, hold on.
My
Put
dad
the
was
camera
like-
on me, Scott. I seen your hair kind of going. Hey, she good? Huh? I know your daughter gave you a hair.
My dad He was supportive, but he was very scared and skeptical.
And as a
Since I'm his
father, and a
firstborn
father
daughter.
should.
Exactly,
Rightfully
as
so.
he should. I'd be really concerned if he didn't.
Yeah.
There you go.
My dad was being my dad, and he was like, "Are you sure? Like, I really want to make sure." He's like, I love you, I support you in whatever you do, but like, I also want you to know that like it's a scary world out there. Like, it gets really scary. And I was like, well, I have you to protect me, so it's like it doesn't. he was like, no, like, what happens if you like go to somewhere by yourself?
That's
You know what I mean?
right.
Because I have to do that. And
right.
he was always like, I just want you to be safe, like all this other stuff. But he was actually really
Supportive.
supportive of it. Yeah, he was. He's also my number one supporter. He's always
Hey.
K-pop.
yeah,
Yeah,
he's
for
always
real.
there for me when it comes to it. So it's like
That's tight.
whatever.
Yeah, that's
You know
cool.
what I mean?
Well, I mean, it is his daughter. You feel me? If it was a boy, we would have been like, I don't
Okay,
care.
but look, we got to talk about this because in the culture, you know what I mean? Like, it's hard for us to see our women sometimes like that. Like, okay, let me ask you
Sure.
this.
Yeah.
Growing up, going to swimming pools and all that,
Mm-hmm.
was you wearing like basketball shorts and a shirt?
Oh my goodness.
Because the Polynesians, we don't.
yes, when I
So we don't
like
sew
that.
body parts. We don't
Yeah,
sew-
that's what
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
back
No.
then.
On my
wasn't.
dad's side for sure. Yeah.
See?
Like on my dad's side, they were like, anyways, here's Nephi's shorts. And I was like, you mean the ones that are 2 times bigger than me? And they reach up here. And I'm like, and I look like that one SpongeBob episode where I'm like,
You want me to wear? Yeah, I'll wear them up here.
and I'm like this, and I'm like this.
Everybody's like, hey, look, who invited her? Get out of here.
See?
They're like, come get this homeless person right now. They're like, and I'm calling CPS.
That's a great
That's
question,
wild.
though.
They're like,
cousin.
anyways, get her out.
Like, we got to talk about it because
Yeah.
in the culture, I still feel like it's weird.
Oh,
But
absolutely.
it's more acceptable now. Like,
There's been progress for sure. I feel like we still have a long way to go.
No,
But that's
yeah.
with anybody though. You know what I mean? I feel like there's a bunch of stuff that we just need to accept and kind of just move forward with it, like with modesty and stuff like that. Because sometimes I'll show my grandparents like my shoots, and not that they're like provocative or like anything like that, but like they do show like a little skin. Sometimes they're like,
Yeah, to them is.
they're like,
oh no,
my gosh, my granddaughter's a whore. and I'm like,
hey,
my shoulders like slightly slipping. They're like, oh my gosh,
Sonny, your ankle's showing.
You're going to hell, Sunny. I'm telling you.
let's wait for you. You're coming to church with us on Sunday. And that's as saying like I go to church on Sunday, by the way. Like I go to church, so it's crazy that they say that.
It's okay if you don't, because these guys.
Hey, you know what's crazy? Is she's not wrong when they said that. Like,
Facts.
they seen a little bit of like that, and they're like,
You're like,
my God.
she's a whore. That's the biggest slut I've ever seen. And I'm like, oh, okay.
You're like, I love you too, Grandma.
Love you, Grandma,
I'm
Grandpa.
like, anyways, what's for dinner?
It's the first.
Anyways,
Okay,
what's
look,
for dinner?
I gotta dive into that because I got a story about that. So when we're staying in the islands, right? My auntie and them came out to Tonga, right? And my auntie's Palangi.
She came down 2-piece.
My auntie's Palangi, right? And so when
She came down that 2-piece.
so when they came down there, one day my auntie's like, we want to go swimming,
Right.
Yeah.
right? And it was my auntie, my uncle, and their daughter, right? And us being Tongan, we're like, yeah, let's roll, right? Now all of us that were swimming over there, we gotta talk about this. From male to female,
long sleeve.
cousin, from male and female, all had basketball shorts,
Yeah, I know.
all had
Hey,
shirts.
that
right?
would drive me crazy.
I know, but check this out. My auntie and her daughter had a 2-piece.
Hey, normal swimming attire, by the
Hey,
way.
check this out though, Sonny.
Facts.
My auntie and them stopped the whole swimming,
Everyone
and we
stopped.
went home.
You're lying.
Cousin, we went home and we had a meeting about this.
Oh,
I remember
damn.
being young,
Like
sitting.
that.
I remember being young, sitting there.
This the same auntie that had the 2-piece?
So my other aunties like
Oh, your other aunties. Okay.
not the white lady, not the Palangi auntie.
Okay.
My mom and them sisters and brothers
Yeah.
were they
Wild.
stopped. Hey, we went back
Wild,
to my
by the
house,
way.
cousin, and I remember them. I remember
Hey,
them
meeting.
yelling. I remember them yelling at my uncle. This is my uncle's sisters and
Oh
brothers.
my gosh.
Yelling at her, telling her, how disrespectful are you to bring you tell your wife to wear that? There's men's around here. There's kids running around here. And she's wearing that? And my uncle looked at, hey,
Kitchen cook. You're like, you guys done yet?
hey,
I
Hey, and then, hey, now listen to me. In my uncle's eyes,
Hey.
there's nothing wrong with this, right?
Right.
Now listen to
Yeah.
me.
He accepted it.
Cousin.
It's normal.
Now look, I come out here to America. We come out to America. We live now
It's a
2024,
completely
right?
different
Right.
culture.
2024, cousin. And I still see it out here in America.
That's crazy.
Well, when we go swimming, all the Polynesian girls have shorts on and a shirt. Now, no, we talk about this, right? And here the Palani people, when we go swimming, they walking around with two-piece, right? Now us sitting there watching our kids, and somebody walks by with a two. What do you do, cousin? Do you look at your wife and said, "Hey,
My wife's looking at me, so I'm looking straight.
Wild. Wild.
no"? But what I'm asking though,
Is that what you asking? Because I'm looking if that's what you asked.
no, what I'm asking is,
I'm winking.
what I'm asking is,
I'm going like this at boy.
what I'm asking is, why?
Okay.
Why do we?
Come on.
Why is it
Let's get into it.
2024 and we still now? Is it?
Look.
Hold on. Is it because of respect, Sunny?
I
Is it a culture thing, or is this something we need to get over?
I think it's kind of like, well, because here's the thing. I'm a big advocate of, obviously, like, your body, your choice. You can wear what you want. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, this outfit that I'm wearing right here would, my grandparents would die. They'd pass away at that moment. They'd be
Sorry,
like,
grandma and grandpa.
Sorry, please don't watch
Sorry.
this. Thanks. Just kidding. I love you guys so much.
It was just
Watch this thing.
top piece.
No,
Yeah.
Yeah. Please. I'm wearing, okay, well, shorts. These are shorts. Because, hey, it's summer. I'm allowed to
Yeah, there you go.
not overheat, by
The
the way.
season.
Exactly. Hey, guys, I'm actually allowed to wear shorts.
Like,
Crazy how that works. I'm actually allowed to do stuff.
if you wore this in the winter, then they might be like,
Then they'd be like, okay, hey, girl, you want hypothermia?
Whore.
Outside, let's go.
All right. Or she said,
oh, not the lid.
And then I get burned at the stake, okay? Like,
stone them to death.
So wait,
Yeah.
so like now, you around your dad's family, you guys going
Yeah,
swimming.
we go swim,
Do you
swim.
still feel awkward, or do you just like?
no,
This is me.
no, because I'm a grown woman and I'm allowed to pick my.
Yeah.
It's like
Speak on it.
no disrespect to my grandparents or to any of like my family, but I'm 20 years old now.
Right.
I'm a grown woman. Okay, I pay bills. I go to work. Okay, I pay my taxes. All right. I think I'm allowed to wear like a yellow two-piece
Right.
If you wanted to.
if I wanted to, and I will, because I'm allowed to.
Even if they had a meeting about
Yeah.
you and they had a meeting and said your daughter was out there in the two-piece.
You see,
Did you?
Did you see what she wore today? And you just sat there and let that happen?
Well, in that situation, I would have been like, well, why don't you talk to me about it?
why you talking?
I am a
about
grown
Why
her?
are
lady,
you-
right?
Well, it's exactly like if I'm old enough to understand what I'm wearing, I think I'm old enough to also understand that like you might also feel uncomfortable about it, but have that conversation with me. You know what I mean? That would have been my thing. Like, come to me as we can have an adult conversation and be like, well, I feel uncomfortable with this. And maybe even come to a compromise because sometimes it's just what's needed. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't feel like people, because I've seen like some families have like a fallout over modesty, and you know what I mean. Sometimes even to keep the peace, you are gonna have to come to a compromise, but that doesn't mean change your whole way that you're dressing.
Hey, but you hit it with the hammer on that one when you said, let's talk about it. Because I
Let's
feel
talk
like
about it.
in our culture,
It's-
I feel like that's
We
the
don't.
biggest thing we're missing is that
Nobody talks about.
we don't want to
anything,
talk about
and it's
nothing. But how are we supposed
frustrating.
to? How are we supposed to be better as a people, or
If
as
we don't talk about anything,
if we don't talk about something?
I've been saying this from day one. I'm a big advocate on it. I think that there's a lot of things that we as the Polynesian people do not talk about that we do need to have a conversation about because it needs to change because it's not only affecting my generation, it's also affecting the younger generation as well, and even the older ones. Which hence why that like
that gap between
that gap, that hate, that
yeah.
all of that. Yeah.
Damn,
When they watch this, they're gonna be like,
like hashtag all of that. Dude. Whore and slut and witch.
stone them to death.
Oh, please.
No, I feel you though.
Yeah, but like it's one of those things too where it's like we can have a conversation about it.
Let's talk
Right.
about it.
It's okay.
Yeah.
We don't have to be afraid. You know what I mean? I also feel like a lot of us are afraid to have these conversations and really sit down and be like, let's come to an understanding. This isn't me. This isn't you against me. This is me and you against the situation. Does that make sense? You know what I mean?
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Because you say you a woman. You know, you can make your own decisions.
Yeah.
But we all married. We got little girls. I'm just thinking, when my girl turns like 16, 17, and then she start wearing that, she's not a woman yet. She's still, you know what I mean?
That's fair.
To you,
fair.
Where does this conversation go now? Because you still under me. And I might feel a certain type of way.
Yeah.
your dad.
But we could talk about
As a
it
father.
now.
Yeah, as a
'cause
father.
My wife already is like, dude, don't be weird. Let the girls go out in bikinis. So I'm like, I say yes, but in my head I'm like,
You're like, dang. you're like,
You're cold, huh? You're cold. Here,
I know.
Take daddy's shirt.
you want my shirt?
Take daddy's shirt.
My shorts. Here.
you like these shorts?
But in my head, I know. I'm like, they're beautiful.
Right.
Absolutely.
I'm not saying show your body, but I'm like,
Oh no, absolutely.
Be
we're,
free.
We're in the middle. You know what I mean? We're not from the island, first generation. Kids is growing up American, American Tongan, American Polynesian, whatever you want to call it. I don't want them to feel weird because of that.
Yeah.
Like, go fit in. You want to wear a bikini?
Yeah.
Shit, I'm about to get roasted for this. But look,
I'm about to roast you right now.
but look.
As
Oh,
long
go
as
ahead.
how about as long as it's age appropriate? How about that?
Oh,
that
okay.
compromise?
Yeah, see?
Where if it's age appropriate?
you
Okay,
go.
now we talking.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Don't just come out wearing anything
Oh,
now.
absolutely. No.
You know what
Sorry,
I
I should have
mean?
been more clear with that.
Yeah,
Like,
because
age
that's
appropriate
disrespectful
as well.
now. Yeah. That's very disrespectful now.
Capital W.
All caps.
Look, I'm just saying. So man, what you got on this? What's your thoughts on this?
Yeah. What are your thoughts?
Your girls are going up.
Look,
Sorry, age
man.
appropriate.
Age appropriate.
I like that.
agree.
Yeah.
Look, man. I'm trying to hide from this conversation.
I know. That's why I'm trying to get
trying
you
duck
out.
Like-
from this conversation.
I'm gonna get you out right
Because me, as like, obviously we're married, right? But I mean, I think women are beautiful regardless of what they wear.
now. Facts.
Whether if it's shorts and shirt, I'm like, man,
You don't have to.
you can wear mine.
Modesty,
Right?
hottest.
Hey, thank you.
Shit.
And that's it. That's our episode.
Like, anyways, that's it. I also feel like to each their own as well.
Yeah.
To each their own.
Okay.
At the end of the day, it's America. It's a free country. We can do what we want. As long as you're not hurting other people and you're not being stupid and you're not being dumb. You know what I mean?
Hey, but to me,
long as you're not
to me though, it's like what you're doing. Like, yeah, just the Polynesian, they might be like, man, that's immodest or whatever. You know what I mean? But to me, I'm like, but you doing what you're doing is like expanding our culture,
Yeah.
right? It's letting people out there know.
It's
Look,
okay.
when they see that, they're gonna be like, "Who's this pretty girl? Oh, and she's talking. Well, what is that?
Oh, they
But-
do that now?
Yeah, that's what I'm.
They be doing that?
Yeah, that's
right?
what I'm saying. No, it's like to me, it's like you can call it whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Right.
But you're not putting our culture out there the way you are. So in my mind, you can call me a
like that.
capital WH whatever. But guess what though?
Oh. Sorry. Keep going.
Check your dad. Check
He
your
not
man's
a
phone.
witch. He a slut. I'm just kidding. Sorry, I know.
But
I messed up something good. Go ahead.
but so what I'm saying,
What
no, is that sometimes the culture tells us certain things is not right or immodest, right? But in the world, it's like I just need to do this though.
Okay, so let me ask you.
No, hold on.
Let me ask you.
Does that make it okay?
Your girls turned 17, 16. No, let's go 15. 15. You guys show up at a pool.
He's
Right.
over it.
Family's all there. Both
Right.
sides of family.
Right.
Your girl walks out in two-piece.
Nah,
Right.
15. Come on, now.
that's not happening in my.
You just fighting for it, and now you're saying no.
But
nah.
no, but like,
No, what I'm
why are you saying that?
What?
Why are you saying no?
Because look, if it comes to my daughter,
I think you're saying no is because you know what's out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So, man, let me get
Well, what's out there?
You know what I'm
these
saying?
two.
First
Yeah.
of all,
First of all,
there's they're the male versions of slut.
That's the word I was saying.
Hey.
Hey, he said, hey.
Hey.
I'm just
Or-
asking this question.
No, but you're
Right?
right though, Shubman.
Right?
It is because I know there's hyenas out there.
exactly. Right.
You know
So
what I'm
you're
saying?
cool with the, unless if it's your girls.
No, so what I'm saying. So what
What
I'm
is it
saying.
saying?
Double
What I'm
standard.
saying is, if my girl was 15, she knows that she wouldn't wear that. Now, if my girl was 19, 20, and she showed up to a family,
19?
because in my mind now, I'm like, you're grown now. Like you
Yeah.
You can do what you want to do. You can wear what you want to wear.
Damn.
But to me, 15, 14, whatever,
That's too
that's
young?
still my
Well, that
baby.
brings
Still
it,
my baby.
Doesn't that bring it brings it back to like the age appropriate thing, which I should have clarified on. Like obviously, because you guys are the fathers, you guys are the head of the household.
Yeah.
You also kind of do have a say in that. But kind of the thing where it's like compromise. You know what I mean? I'm not saying let your daughters like run wild, but I'm also not saying like don't restrict them.
Oh,
you know what I
see
mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
Because there are some two pieces that it is modest.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? But then there's some that. But I'm just saying, in the culture though, two pieces are no. That's like
look, though. We talk about mental health all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you tell a girl, go cover up. What are you doing?
Oh, it makes her feel ugly.
And then she's like, oh, my dad.
Yeah.
my skin bad.
Why is my dad?
Like, why do I look like that?
My dad's telling me this.
Anybody else could say it, but because my dad said it, it hurt me 1,000 times more now.
Yeah.
You
Now
won't
I'm
think
never
that.
gonna wear a bikini.
We don't
because
think
my-
that though, cousin.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So it could go both ways, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's a complicated
That's a good way.
subject. It's a complicated.
That's a good way. No, for real, that's a good way. I understand it.
What'd you say though?
Why are you guys giving five? Why is your fingernails dirty? Oh, stop giving five if your fingernails is dirty.
Talk about my fingers.
Mine is
clean.
hella
Why y'all look at your fingernails? Why y'all look at your fingernails?
Let's all put our hands.
Let's compare hands.
I'm gonna put mine away. Okay, that's a good. No, I feel you, cousin. But all I'm saying is, why in our culture now, like even now, we can't even go swim and not wear swimming
That's what I'm
clothes.
saying. Why not?
Like I can't
now?
take my shirt off when we go swimming. I have to wear a shirt. I get why they're women, but I'm saying even me, like you know what I mean.
What do you mean?
Guys,
Wait, hold on. Why not guys? I think that's normal as
it is, but I'm
for
saying
us to take our shirts off.
Still be-
Are you saying that we gotta?
yeah,
keep our
in a
shirts on?
way, in the Samoan culture, it's very disrespectful to swim with your even as a guy to take your shirt off and swim.
So man, is he lying or what?
That's what I'm
think
trying to
like-
say in the culture. That's why I say in the culture we need to talk about that because I'm saying why.
Well, there's a lot of things we have to talk about with
Yeah,
it.
come
With
on.
a bunch of stuff. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like respect, modesty, all this like other
Things that we're big at.
Yeah.
Things that we hold close to us.
Yeah.
We need to talk about because you're right.
There's-
Because we talk
yeah.
about the good part of it, but there's a but.
There's so much stuff that we don't bring up, and I
thing
also
that comes with it though, cause you know what I'm saying, Superman.
absolutely.
Like we always talk about why we love being Polynesian, why we love our culture, but we don't talk about the bad things that come with our culture. Too,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah. No,
anyways,
I agree.
okay. So what was your first model picture?
Yeah, there you go.
My first model.
Yeah, what was it?
gig
What was your
ever,
first?
It was with a brand called Indie Brand Clothing, and I was actually in history. I was in history class, and so a little backstory. When I created my Instagram account, I created it on my mom's phone because my mom was also very strict with social media.
Right.
As she should.
Mama.
Shut up,
Yeah.
Mama,
As she
damn,
should.
Mama. Y'all raising some good kids.
Yeah, no, she like I was able to be on it, but for like a limited amount of time because as much as I didn't think so when I was younger, social media does a lot to your mental health. And as someone who's
Facts.
a big mental health advocate,
Wow,
girl,
look at
need to
you,
detox.
girl.
You need to detox. It's okay. And
Look
that's
at you.
That's
Hey,
talking.
she's speaking
And
on
that's
you.
and that's coming from someone who has to post on social media. like
This is my
okay,
job.
This is like it's part of how I get my jobs. So but like I had my own phone. It was just like on her phone. So the company actually reached out to me the first time, but I didn't end up responding because actually I don't remember why, but like I just didn't end up responding. And then I was in history class and I get a text from my mom and she was like, hey, Indie Brand Clothing just hit you up. They want to do a shoot today. And I was like, oh my goodness, wait, say yes, but I'm in school. And she was like, I'm going to check you out. I'm going to go with you.
Hell yeah.
She was like, I'm going to go with you because I know how long you've been wanting to do this. And because it was all the way up in a canyon, which like
It could get.
it could get weird.
That's
Like,
what I'm
like,
saying.
you know what I mean?
Right.
And so my mom was like, I'm coming with you. And like also before I even started like really modeling, my mom was like, I'm going to come with you the first couple shoots because I need to know that you're safe because they take
It's like
advantage
that
of little
movie.
girls out here.
Good job, mama.
Yeah, my mom's
like that
she's
movie.
protective, but it's in the best way. She loves me so much, so that's why she does the things that she does. But she was like, "I'm gonna check you out. We're gonna go up there." She's like, "We're gonna go home. We're gonna grab some clothes because they were like, bring some boots, like some jeans, whatever." And I was like, "Perfect." So then, ended up accepting it, and I was like, "I'll do it for free because this is my first gig. Like, I don't want to like start paying for people, and then like I model for them. And they're like, she sucks. Why do we pay her? You know what I mean?"
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like that.
Like, yeah. So I was like, well, and I was like, I'll just do it for free. And they were like, no, we insist on paying you. And I was like, I don't
Well,
have to. And they're like, okay, well. And I was like, okay, well, how much will you do? And they like gave me this number, and I was like, that's too much. Oh, they're like, how about 50? I know it was like $75, and they were like, and I was like, oh my goodness,
Mama, we made it.
I'm
did it.
rich. And I
I
did. And like I had another job at the time too. I was also working a lot at my other job.
Okay.
What were you working at?
Yeah. What was the other?
Come on, put it up.
I was there for 2 years.
He's working
It
at
was-
Beto's.
No, I was,
Oh,
I was working at.
Let us guess.
Yes, guys, please guess.
I'll make a guess.
okay,
will
you
make
go
a guess.
first.
She's laughing like this.
Yeah, you go first,
It's,
man.
it's high school.
Right?
It's a high school job.
Come on.
I thought we were going to do it together.
No, we're going one at a
On
time.
3.
Different guesses. Like, is this something we're gonna
man.
get, or is this something like?
You might. I don't know. You might.
Go ahead.
Is
Sir.
it in the fast food industry?
I can give you any hints.
Yeah, no hints. Yeah, sure, man. I just say Beto's, but now she said no, I'm going to do a different.
2 different
I'm
ones.
going to say Target.
Target.
That's a good guess. Okay.
I'm going to say Home Depot.
Look at her face. She's like, what the? I'm gonna guess like Journeys or something. Journeys in the.
Oh, like in the.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
High school.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish. I worked at Quick Quack Car Wash.
Quick quack. Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Shout out Quick
Yeah.
Quack.
Yeah, come on.
Did you ever dress up as the
Quick quack promo. You spending the
dressed
funds?
up as You did the
I had
whole.
the tie. I had the sweaty. I had the sweaty
Let's go.
white t-shirt. I had to wear shorts that were broken, and so it looked like my zipper was untied all the time. I had to sell membership.
Hey.
It was a great job. I was there
job,
for 2
Sunny.
years. I was there for 2 years.
We gotta get.
and it
We
was
gotta.
my
Hey,
very
quick,
first
quick. We
job.
gotta get a picture of her in this uniform
Yeah.
so we get posted on this episode.
Oh, there. Oh my gosh.
So we
We're
can,
like,
you
come
know.
back and model. For
And I was like,
you don't have to hold the sign no more.
okay. You don't have to be out there in the hot sun anymore, girl. It's okay. Come on back.
That's crazy.
Yeah, shout out Terrence. Shout out like all of my Quick Quack OGs. You know, before. I love you guys so much, and I miss you.
She said 2 years.
Yeah. I was there for 2 years, and it was my first job, so I was there for forever, ever.
But your first gig though.
But my first gig, and I was
took
like,
you.
yeah, and I also bring it up because I texted my work, and I was like, I have my first gig. I'm going. Can someone please cover my shift? And everyone was like, yeah, girl, we got you. And so my mom picked me up. I grabbed some stuff, and then we went up the canyon. And the owners were really nice, and they were like, it's gonna be super fun. Except it was in the dead of winter, and we were up in Tibble Fork.
Oh damn.
Shit.
Oh damn.
Like we were walking
there.
on the lake.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's
And
cold up
I was
there.
cold, and it was actually surprisingly really warm. It's probably either because I was also really nervous and like I was sweating, and I was like, but and like I had like a sweatshirt on and like some boots and like all of that good stuff, and then I just taught with them, and it was so fun. And I remember being done and them like paying me, and I was like, I really like this. We should keep doing this. And I was like, we should keep doing this. I actually really like that. And my mom was like, how'd you feel? Whatever, because she was there, but she was like in the car, and she would just like, like pop.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Like, what's going on? But like, I remember getting back in the car. They like let me keep also one of like 2 of the sweatshirts that I loved, and I was like, you guys letting me keep this?
I get this too.
I'm all shaking. I'm like, oh my goodness. And well, because some shoes you don't get to keep any of it.
That's right.
So it's
Right.
like
For
it's
the
like
shoes,
you know what I
yeah.
mean. So I was like, oh my goodness, I was so excited. And yeah, then I remember I just got back in the car, and I was like,
You like that?
I really like this. I was like, that was
Ooh.
really fun.
So is that when you made your mind up, where you're like, you know
kind
what?
of, yeah, kind of. Well, then at the same time, I was still kind of at that point too. I was still in the phase of like, okay, but I'm going to college. I'm going to go do theater. You know what I mean? And like, but like
okay.
modeling, I've always wanted to do modeling. I've always wanted to do that. Like that looks so fun. You know what
That's
I mean?
awesome.
So, but then like, yeah, and then like I was also still doing theater as well. So I was like in high school. So I was also really focused on that because I was like, it's probably also going to be my last year doing this.
Mm.
I want to go full out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Before I got into like anything crazy and serious. So,
Okay,
Yeah.
so let me ask you this.
mhm.
While you were working at Quick Quack, did you ever have people come up to you and be like, Sunny, you're too pretty to be
You
working
need to
at
stop working
at a
here."
spot like this?
Yeah,
You need to go.
yeah,
Yeah?
yeah. Well, it was mostly just like customers. had some. I have
Weirdos.
wild. No, I've had wild stories. I had a stalker for a minute.
Oh, what?
Like would come in every. I worked a lot when I was over there, which I'm not complaining. I needed the money. I literally had a guy who would come in. He was a regular, and he was there every day. And
day washing the car.
Yeah.
well, when you have a membership, you can go in anytime.
Yeah, but every day?
Yeah, no, you'd be surprised. You would be
For real?
surprised. Sometimes it would be like their people's daily routine. They're like, I have to go get my coffee, and I got to go quick.
That is true. Hey, I walk by a quick quack, and you're right, though. I do see, like,
Yeah.
Pulling up every
Yeah.
because the same car, too. So
You were stuck.
Yeah.
you stalker, too. Go ahead.
over there like, that's
Yeah.
the same one right there.
Well, like some of the regulars were really chill, and I was.
Sorry, son. Go ahead. I'm just saying.
You
'cause
let her talk.
sometimes we go places and I'm like,
Yeah.
this girl's too pretty to be working.
Hey, but you have to do what you have to do. I need
Facts.
money.
Facts.
You're right.
Facts.
But
Shout out quick quack.
yeah, shout out Quick Quack. I love you, by the way. This is not dissing on Quick Quack, okay? I love you. But there was this guy, and it was like my second week when I started, and he was like, and he was like an older guy, and he was like, you're so gorgeous. Do you have a boyfriend? And I lied because he was like, I'm really good with vibes. And so I'm like, I was already like my gut was like,
Run.
You're weird.
and so I was like, I actually do have a boyfriend. And he was like, oh, really? And I was like, yeah.
Oh, really?
I was like, yeah, I do. And so then he was like, okay. And then but like from then on for like months, he'd come back every day and be like, so you still have that boyfriend? What are you doing after work?
Oh my God.
How long is your shift?
Is his name Junior?
Damn.
Well, you guys know a Junior? Oh, sorry. No, I'm just throwing a name out there. I'm just thinking like
Superman, where you going? Superman, where you going?
Superman more like super pedo.
no, it's just a common name.
Just a joke. It's a joke.
It's just a common name. So
That was a joke. It was a joke.
why are you guys
Frank.
laughing so much?
Franks. No.
Look, I just threw a name out there. I don't know. No.
Anyways,
You know what? His name did start with a J though, so that's why I was like, pretty damn close.
I knew it.
It was a J. Because like we had
Now that's
iPads and you
creepy.
and it happens. It happened a lot, and it would freak me out.
Oh my God.
Thankfully, I had other coworkers that were there, so like I felt safe, and they were guys, and so I would always. I remember I used to like if he did come in, I would send my guy friend out there, and I'd be like, he's the guy. Well, because I came back and I was like, this is the guy. I don't feel comfortable going out there.
That is crazy.
And they were like, well, I got you, because my male coworkers were so sweet.
Cool.
Yeah, they were always looking out for me,
Damn.
which was really sweet. And I love them. And
Hey, but props to you though for being raised the right way, because you know what I mean. Usually, some girls would be like, oh, "Yeah, what's up? You want to hang out?" And then that's how you get the. Yeah, I haven't heard from my daughter for like a week now. I don't know what. But shout out to you for being like, okay, this guy's a creep. Stay away from me. You know what I mean?
no.
Shout out to your parents for raising you like that too.
Like my parents, my mom especially. Me and my mom love true crime, so she's always been. She's
She knows all the
always.
stories.
She's always paranoid. She's always like.
Gosh to.
I'm 20 years old, and she's always texting me, "Where are you? Where are you at? Call me. Are you okay? Checking in. Like make sure you check in."
That's a good one.
And I'm like,
Real talk.
I'm alive. Like I'm okay. I promise.
Yeah.
Like,
She's doing the pod. On Coach
pod,
Rudy.
okay.
Mom, I
Like,
promise.
I'm alive. All right, here I am in the flesh. We're talking about you.
That's
You know
crazy
what I
though.
mean?
Those
You
stalkers.
ain't lying.
Yeah. So I mean, like the guy today that I brought up earlier, at the place that I work, I was in charge of the front desk in the retail store, and so I had this guy come in, and just already the vibe was off. I saw that he was kind of tweaking, and he was like, so in the lobby, okay, we have a lobby, front desk, and then like from there it's like there's store, so I can like see everything because the windows are also glass. And I see him, and he's like standing by the candy bowl, and he's just standing there eating a Jolly Rancher. And I was like, awkward. And then I was also like,
Oh, hungry?
I was like, and so I was thinking, oh, maybe he's waiting for someone. But then I checked the time, and I was like, all of us, they all leave at 5. Like I'm the only one who stays there. You know what I mean? Like and so I was like, everyone leaves at 5. Like nobody's here. There's like me and like 5 other people.
Your spider senses started.
Yeah. So I was like,
oh.
well, so then I was like. And so then I went out to him because I was also in charge of the front desk. I had to like, if someone's at the front desk, I had to, yeah. So I was like, hi, how can I help you? And he just looks at me and he goes, it's raining. And I go, and I look outside and I go, yeah, it's raining pretty hard, huh? And he was like, just like, he was talking fine, but his demeanor said otherwise.
Right.
So I was like, and immediately I was like, I started like getting nervous and I was like, okay, are you here to see someone? Do you have an appointment set up? And he goes, no, it's just raining. And I go, okay.
I'll be right back.
The cops are on their way.
And I was like,
Kick you out.
oh, okay. So then I'm like thinking like maybe he has questions about like the retail store or whatever. But he just kind of like stood there and he goes, so do you work here? And I go, yeah, I do. And he goes, okay, well, how long have you been working here? And I go, a little bit now. And he goes, and then he like looks around and he goes, are you here by yourself?
Oh,
and I said, and I immediately said, I said, nope, my coworkers are in there, they're in there. So I'm not by myself. I'm here with other people. And he kind of like looked discouraged after that. And then he goes, okay, well, it's still raining. Is it okay if I just chill in like this? And I said, I guess. I was like, maybe.
What the?
But then I had a customer come in, and when he came in, he immediately left. So I was like, oh, and I was like, oh, I'm getting trafficked. Cool. So and like,
All right.
I was like,
let me call my mom
okay,
real
cool.
quick.
And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So then one of the girls that work there, her name is Sarah. Hello, Sarah. She came out and she goes, hey, are you okay? And I was like, yeah. And she goes, I just heard that conversation. I don't have a good feeling about that. I'm scared for. She was like, I heard what you were saying to him. I don't. She was like, it's just like a woman's intuition,
Right.
Yeah, facts.
female to female. Like we just know. So I was like, yeah, I'm actually really freaked out about this because as also someone who watches true crime, like obviously it could be like could be paranoid, but as a woman in today's world,
You ain't lying.
I have to.
You ain't lying.
I have to. I'm choosing the bear every single time. I don't know if you guys seen that debate online.
I have.
I'm choosing the bear.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I'm choosing the bear because that's what I like. The amount of experiences I've had with men, the amount of times I've like, you know what I mean? People follow me outside.
No, I
Flying
feel
me to
you.
my work. People waiting for me to get off. People touching me. People, just a bunch of different things. People making, like gross jokes to me.
What?
I like. As a girl, as a woman,
it's
you
different.
have to be cautious of that. It's so hard to navigate who you can trust. You know what I mean?
Look, but with you just saying that, being in the world that you in, modeling, you got to feel like a lot of women probably go through these similar type of things. Right?
Absolutely.
Like,
Yeah.
how do you put your best foot forward? Like,
Knowing,
I ain't gonna judge you,
knowing that.
but I ain't gonna let you think you can talk to me like this. You know what I mean?
Or
You clock them first time. You clock them. You tell people I literally.
you stop that shit right
You
there.
stop
You're
it
like,
right
look,
there. You have to stand your
check
ground and let people know.
you go.
I'm really nice, but I've had instances where I'm like,
You have to.
you can't talk to me like that. And the way you talk to me, that's disgusing. Like you're gross for saying that. You know what I mean?
Hey,
You saying you got? Wait, hold on.
You
You
gotta
said,
clock that.
you've been going through all these, right? And you, like you said, you get gestures, you get people stalking you. Do you ever, or have you, ever decided like taking self-defense classes, or is this something that you just like, you know what?
Nah, she's tonguing.
Yeah, I'm like, I got that warrior blood in me. I can
know
always
what I
just
mean?
like bop them.
Yeah.
Well, yes, I've like considered it. I wanted to take boxing for a minute, but like I just can't afford it. Like that's a really
it is expensive though.
It's economy.
A lot of
Hey,
time, too.
YouTube. Yeah. So like I've considered it, and I've been like, oh, like
We're gonna like a taser in the bag, ready?
I have pepper spray. I have pepper
Yeah.
spray. I'm like, should I start carrying a gun? Like genuinely.
Yeah.
Like
You should.
Definitely.
You should.
I should probably start staying strapped. Like, you know what I mean?
In this day and age,
And yeah,
especially a female, yeah.
exactly. Well, like there's so many awful things that happen that I'm just like, hey, I actually don't feel like dying today. Hey, I actually don't feel like doing that today. Like I actually want to live. And I'd love to live a prosperous life.
Hey, my secret to y'all, if ever happened to y'all, just break out into a song. Ain't nobody ever gonna try to,
The girl break out into a song.
break up into a song. If a guy try to do something to y'all, just start singing. You know what I mean?
hell?
Oh,
Or-
happy day.
And then he's gonna hit.
Because then that guy's gonna be like,
out.
that guy's gonna be like, what the hell's wrong with you? And then he's gonna start singing with you, and then all of a sudden, you know what I mean?
And then we
He
have High
forgot
School
what the hell he was there to do.
And
He
that's
was
how
like,
High School Musical started.
Shout out Zac Efron. Hell yeah. Boom.
Shout out Zac Efron. Shout out East High. No, well, also it's very scary because sometimes you, out of fear, you have to be nice to these people.
No, you ain't lying.
Because
That's
like,
the scary part.
well,
though.
because you never know how they're gonna take it. Like,
no,
if
that's
I'm
the
mean to them.
scary part.
Because I saw a story the other day where it was like this girl got stabbed 20 times because she rejected a guy because she was said, "I'm good. I have a boyfriend."
Yeah,
She passed.
yeah.
That's scary for telling somebody that you're not interested in them,
And then it goes to the
a stranger.
Yeah.
Get that
And
gun,
you-
Sunny. Get that gun,
I
Sonny.
know. I'm like. Anyways, someone please. Oh, yeah.
Every 73 seconds, another American or
On
Sexually
average,
assaulted.
yeah.
oh damn.
1 out of the 6 American women has been a victim of attempted or completed rape in her lifetime. And think about it. That's only the cases that
One
are,
out of every 6.
73
well, it's-
seconds. Every minute, someone's getting assaulted.
well, and think about how many of the things that
Sexually,
are
though.
not reported.
Ooh,
Yeah,
a
you're
lot
lying.
more.
Think about all the things that aren't reported.
So it's probably really like every 20 seconds or every 10
Like
seconds.
it's really scary
That's disgusting.
world. And I want to make this clear. I'm not saying all men are like that. I want to make that so
Appreciate
clear.
that.
But at the exact same, but also,
No, you're right. There are,
You-
they
I
are
have
men
to be
out there, though.
cautious.
You're right.
Fact.
you know
Not all
what I
men
mean?
are like that, but they are men out there.
And also, hey, want to make this so clear?
Well-
Men can also be sexually harassed and sexually
Thank
abused.
you.
Facts.
They-
Hey,
Yeah.
thank you for
Yeah,
going the
exactly.
other way.
They
you.
can. They also are
I-
victims. They deserve
I
to
am-
be heard.
I-
They
I
also
am-
deserve.
I am one of those victims.
Oh my gosh.
No, we're not
See,
talking
when we
about
talk about serious
No.
things.
We're not going to talk about him today.
I'm like
but,
me when I lie.
Right?
Me when I lie. But yeah, like that's
That's wild.
That's crazy.
that's wild.
It is.
I want to make, but I also want to point out there that it's no matter who you are, like whatever happened to you, it does not define you. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Like man or woman,
There you go.
you are heard, you are seen, and it is always okay to reach out. So
Big facts.
yeah, so just like I said, women for sure, but also men, because there's a lot of. I also feel like in the male culture and also in Polynesian culture, think of how many things that are being reported because you feel like, and obviously I don't know this because I'm a female. How many times have you you feel like you can't talk about it, especially something as serious as that, especially when society and everyone's telling you have to be tough, you have to be the man, like you can't be weak.
Facts.
Right.
It's okay to like how many things have, you know what I mean? Like I've
Wow.
heard stories from my personal friend group where they've gone through that and they were like, for the longest time I could not report it because I
Felt like the
felt like
It wasn't the right. Yeah, I felt weak.
I feel weak, and it's digged into everyone's brains. And I feel like also Polynesian men that you're not supposed to be weak,
True.
which having feelings is not a weakness, by the way. You're allowed, your feelings are valid, your feelings are heard,
Wow, she preaching.
and you are allowed to feel the way that you
Yeah,
feel.
yeah.
Like, okay?
We just went back
Put
to
us up
church
there,
today.
Sonny. Put us up there.
I know, like I feel like it's like a thing that needs to be talked about. Like that's
But we can't. Yeah, the culture won't let.
the culture, yes, but we need to start that conversation.
That's why we did
We need
this.
to start that conversation.
That's why we started Culturally Rooted, so you can bring your ass in here and let's talk about
So
it.
like we need to have that conversation
what I
and be
mean?
like, it's okay to not be like to feel strong all the time. You think I feel strong all the time? You know what I mean?
It's
I
okay
cried
to
2
not
days
be
ago.
okay.
She's
Like,
strong though,
Ooh.
but you know what I'm saying?
you know
Huh?
what I mean? Sometimes, because like sometimes, like people will just be like some of my cousins will be like, well, I'll just thug it out, and I'm like, you having a traumatic experience, you don't need to thug it out. Because if the more you push it down, once that thing rises and it pops, then what? Then what? And then you're
Hard to
broken, and
control
then
it,
you're
yeah.
emotional.
That's when everybody point fingers.
And that's-
look, she's a bad person, but you're like, man, I held this in for how long?
yeah,
Huh?
exactly.
And now when I let it out, I'm a bad person.
Right, exactly. And it's just,
That's why you gotta let it out.
yeah, just it's okay to talk about your feelings.
I think
I'm a
everybody.
big advocate on that. Man or woman, whatever, old, young,
Talk about it.
communication, I feel like is so overlooked. Like obviously you'd think it's like a basic, like, yeah, just like talk about your feelings, but like,
But it's not.
but it's not. Because
don't
also
do it.
everyone communicates differently.
Right.
Fact.
Everyone relays their things differently. You know what I mean? like, I don't know. Like sometimes it's through body language. Sometimes it's actually through words. Sometimes it's through actions. You know what I mean? Like, how do you think, how do you think, when someone's like having suicidal ideation, you look at their actions. They're not going to tell you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Hey, sometimes
And if they do, hey, please reach out and get help because you are loved and you are worthy. You know what I mean? And that's coming from someone who had suicidal ideation. Okay. Like that's coming from someone who came from a culture where you just have to be tough. You have to just thug it out. Don't need to thug it out. It's okay to like.
You're not a thug.
You're not a thug. We're not a thug.
You're
Okay.
not a thug. Okay.
You're a human being. And you have feelings. And you have a heart, and you're allowed to say that. I know I keep like saying that. Like
No,
but
it's
such
good.
an important
Yeah,
message
it's
to
good.
let
appreciate
people
you
know that
saying
they're
that.
loved.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, thank you.
Everybody's loved, and I sometimes
Everybody deserves love.
somebody
too.
well yeah exactly, and sometimes you just need to tell someone because you never know. You never know if someone's never had an "I love you" and "I'm proud of you" in their entire life. You've never, you know what I mean? So sometimes
Last time Superman said that to somebody, a stranger, we got the cop called on us. So I don't think it's good to go around telling people I love
I'm
you
not saying
because
that. but,
Sunny.
just really mean it, okay? If you mean it, you good.
yeah, exactly.
yeah. But okay.
But yeah, so
Hey, you know what I like about this cousin is that we talked about the good part of being model, but I like that she's bringing out
All
the
the-
dark side of being a model because to me, we all obviously know, like when we see a pretty girl in the front cover, everything, right? We're like, man, she's pretty, right?
We look at everything in front.
That's
like
right.
We
the
see.
cover. We see.
Yeah.
We're like, man, no, I can see why she's the cover of the magazine.
She had it made. She good.
But what I'm saying is that
There's the other side.
we don't know that person. We don't know what it took for her to be in the cover. We don't know what she had to go through to be in the cover, and we don't even know if she felt sexy.
if she felt beautiful, she felt gorgeous.
You know what I mean?
She felt
We obviously
like she
see
deserved to be
the
there.
picture, and we like, look, the dress is beautiful, the smile is beautiful, she's beautiful.
The makeup.
But what I'm saying is,
Yeah.
what I'm saying is, we don't know that person felt beautiful when it is her job.
All right.
But coming
Absolutely.
from her side, saying, man,
There's a lot of
there's a lot of things that
Come
go
on.
with men, creepy men. I understand that. You feel me? So what I'm saying though is like I appreciate you for
Sharing
bringing
that.
that,
Yeah,
bringing that
for
part in
sure.
because, like I said, I'm not gonna lie, I went through your before we came on here because I wanted to do some homework. You know, and some of those pictures, I'm like, I know it took work because they told her to hold it this way or they told her to
And I
put
gotta
this.
do this, and I gotta. Put
You know what I'm
this
saying?
there.
But to us though, we don't know that. We just see the finishing picture and we're like, what a fucking picture. Something
Well,
like that.
at this, no, it's okay. I don't care.
But what I'm saying though is,
yeah.
I love that you talk about how that's not always beautiful in the end though. You know what I mean?
What I think the things that like make that go into that process is beautiful. The process itself is beautiful, and then what you get to see at the end result, that's the result of all those beautiful things coming together to make
That picture,
that's
right?
picture.
Yeah.
that person. You know what I
That's
mean?
fire.
Yeah.
So it's art.
Yeah, it's art. Well, that's also another thing that got me into modeling is that like I was like the glitz and the glam and all this other stuff.
Right.
Because I'm such a girly girl, but at the same time I was like, that's an art form. That's somebody's vision. I get to be their blank canvas, and they just get to throw those clothes on me, and I get to bring their vision to life. I have to.
You the art.
I need to. Yes. Well,
Paintbrush, cousin.
I'm the canvas.
Ooh.
I'm the canvas,
See?
and then the artist, whether it's the photographer, the makeup artist, all that, they create
They're the painter.
the masterpiece.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then me as the model, I need to do it justice. That's how I think about it. I need to do it justice.
Girl,
I
you
need
better
to
stop now.
See,
See, that's what I tell my wife. All those pictures I look at, I said, this is art.
No, the pictures. Those are not art. That's acting.
Inspiring models. You gotta think like that.
Yeah. Also, it's just like, there's not a lot of Polynesian models out there.
Fact.
No.
Why? That's what I'm
Facts.
saying.
Not.
That's
We were.
You're the first model on our show. I'm saying.
What are you talking about, bro? I'm right here.
Oh.
I'm with.
Me my lie.
But he models for Shavers. We don't DI. We don't do none of that.
Quick
You know
one.
what I mean? That's not. yeah.
He's a duck.
Hey, but
That was not model. Yeah, that's.
but
Taking pictures of you homeless on the street, that's not modeling. That's
All right.
all right. All right.
look,
Guys, leave him alone, okay?
But you are beautiful, shooting.
I'm beautiful,
A
guys.
handsome man.
I'm happy out there.
as long as
You
you
know
happy,
what? I'm happy.
You
Okay, but look, let me
sexy, so
dive. Let me dive into
I
this.
got 6
Let me dive into this.
punks
Yeah, come on.
this
Has
week.
there
So
has
funny.
there been a gig that was given to you that even you knew that you were like, I have to say no to this, not because of whatever, or the photographer or the place or whoever, but it's because what they wanted you to do? Like, was there a model shoot where you were saying, no, you're trying to make me
Like,
this person that I'm not?
Hmm.
And I understand you pay me a lot of money, or would you? Would you ever take the money to do something against your belief and your religion and your culture for the money? Would you do something? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Would you do something for the bag, or
Even if it makes you look bad or it brings your family, you know what I mean, in the culture.
Yeah, no, because also like
Hey.
we all, well, because it's like 2, 3. Well,
They don't
'cause
teach you that at Quick Quack, but
well, because it's also like I like to think about it, I'm like, money only goes so far.
man, you better stop.
Like,
Sonny, that's crazy.
Well, because like not yet, I haven't had that. You know what I mean? All of the people that I've worked with, they're so amazing. I love all of them so much. And the best part about like at least the people that I've worked with, and hopefully future clients, is that they will pull me backstage and be like, "Are you comfortable with this?
Cool.
Do you
Cool.
would this make you uncomfortable? And if it is, we have an alternative."
Okay.
that's cool.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and if you're not, say no, say the word. We can like seriously,
Wow.
we can change it.
Okay.
We can change it. And so I'm so grateful for all the people that have been like that, because, like sometimes I'm like, it's a little great. And they're like, then we don't have to do it. Not that they're being rude. They're like, then we won't do it. Like we want to make sure you're comfortable, because it'll show on my face if I'm not.
Saying.
You know what I mean? And at the same time, and like going back, like money only takes you so far. You know what I mean? I'm going to pass away one day. What am I going to do with all that?
Ain't no U-Haul. Ain't no U-Haul.
I know. I'm like,
going
what
in
am I
there.
going to do? Like, you know what I mean? So it's just like,
Okay.
you know what I mean?
Wow.
I don't think I would, just because, especially, I know who I am. I know how I present myself.
Come on,
I know,
Talk your wish.
I
Talk
know
your wish.
where to, like, I know my limits. I know my boundaries. And also, as a model, you kind of have to stick there. You got to stand your ground. You're allowed to stand your ground. You're also working. You know what I mean? Like, you're allowed to be like, that makes me uncomfortable.
Wow.
Okay, so wait, so like you going into drama and then like building that confidence to not be scared to mess up or do anything. How was the transition into modeling? Like having someone tell you need to do something and you're like,
You got to put your hand this way.
Yeah.
You got to.
I don't know if I do that, or I don't know if I should do that.
For me, it's never been like a problem, honestly, just because in drama and theater, you have a director. He directs you. So I've always been good with like following directions.
Okay.
So, and especially like I was going back to like, I want to bring that vision to life. If the vision is me going like this and my hand being like this, I'll do it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Okay.
Obviously, if it makes me uncomfortable, I'm going to be like, well, what if we tried this? I'm doing
Just the hand. Damn. Look at Sonny's already.
Okay,
rolling.
get it now.
I like that.
Yeah. You see why he was homeless? You see why he was on the front cover of The Savers? Yeah, cuz you're all right.
Got my mind. Hey, that's
Okay,
tight.
no, that's
Yeah.
dope.
Cool.
You know what's cool about that though, Sonny, is that you are a young model, but it's great that how you already know that in your mind that money doesn't define who you
Come
are.
on.
You know what I mean? Because I feel like we all grown up now. We see things now that comes out with females, what they had to do to become who they are in the modern business, in the acting business, and they had to do some
Hey.
wild stuff. Even rappers.
We're just saying, sex sells, and women know that.
That's what I'm saying.
Some women
Yeah.
take full advantage of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they'll exploit themselves, knowing that
to get that back.
I'll get the bag.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's great though that she's saying, man, ain't no
bag's
money.
worth it.
But what I'm trying to off of
Each-
that, Sonny, that I want to give you your flowers for being
Come
like
on.
that, for being a young model, but knowing that in your mind that
Guys.
money ain't gonna be everything. Because I feel like in the world now, everybody's trying to be rich or doing something. Everybody's going after the money. But in the end, you're right though. In the end, you can't take it with you.
Yeah.
So, and I feel like you'll go far with that because you know who you are,
Yeah.
and you know what you stand for.
Yeah.
And I'm saying in Culture's Rooted right now, we love that
Yeah.
because not only that, but we have daughters that now can look up to somebody and say,
Facts.
I want to be a model, but I'm not gonna give up my soul to be that.
I'm gonna be like Sunny.
I'm gonna be like some.
Come on now.
Huh?
Well, also like going back on that, like with the money thing, if I were to go broke, what do I have? I have my family. I have.
Still have your dignity.
I have my dignity. I have.
Your
You know what I mean?
respect.
I have
There you
respect.
go.
Culture.
Yeah.
I have my people around me,
Come on.
and like because I have such a great support system, like I know I can always fall back on that.
Wow.
Like I can always call my dad. I can always call my mom. I can always call my best friends. I can always, you know what I mean? Just stuff like that. That like, if I were to go
money
broke
can't
right
buy.
now,
Money can't buy
my
that
mom and dad would still love me. My friends would still love me. You know what I mean? My boyfriend would still love me. Like everything. And I feel so safe with them that I would be like, you know what? It's gonna be okay, and they're gonna help me out.
No matter what.
No,
Yeah,
you're right though.
those are my
Because when you
people.
burn bridges for money, sometimes you can't come back from that.
Well, no, and the bridge is burnt for a reason.
That's what I'm
Just
saying.
Ash,
yeah.
when you don't rebuild it with the water, with the bridge, you know what I mean? I don't know. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's just one of those things. So
True.
like at the end of the day, I always am like, I have a support system, and they love
Okay.
me,
Yeah.
and I can always fall back on that.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Let's get away from the bad part of modeling.
Yeah.
What is one
Yeah,
of your
come on.
favorite
Yeah.
pictures that you did?
Oh, the one that got
Modeling
on
so far.
Vogue.com.
Oh, okay.
Did you guys not see that?
No.
Oh, hey guys, let me pull it up.
Hold on.
Oh,
no,
got it.
no.
You got it.
So
Which
that
is
one,
it?
it's over the one with the bed.
In the
Far
water?
left.
Yes.
The left.
So I
that
was
one.
featured on Vogue.com.
You're lying.
Not kidding. You guys want to see?
Let me get
Yeah.
three. Let me get three.
Sonny, his fingernails are dirty. You cut that on camera.
Look. You know,
Let me pull it up.
What?
Let me pull it up.
Oh,
Vogue.
look at. Okay, for
Yeah, let's
that
go
a real
through the
dog?
Shout out
scene.
Hannah. Shout out Robin. You guys made that
Let's go
happen.
through
I
the
love
scene,
you.
though.
is that a
Well-
real bed?
What was this at? Yeah, what are you
Very
doing?
cold and very ashy, but it was worth
they
it.
put you out on the
I
water.
want
in
to
a
see.
bed?
I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find the link. But,
But let's talk about the picture. What was going
Hey, we
through
gonna
this?
put the pictures on
Yeah,
here
the
so y'all
scenes.
can
What
see.
was going through
I'll
the
be honest
scene?
with you, I would have told them. Man,
They called you and said, "Hey, we're gonna build a
No.
bed in the
Yeah.
middle of Eugene Lake."
well, okay. Well.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So first, sorry, I'm gonna pull it up just so I don't forget.
They were there for a while.
I know. Look,
The
it's-
sun is up and
then
sun
it's-
down. Yeah.
Oh, I was there for so long. I'm not complaining though because I'm used to it. I'm
Right.
used to like 12-hour shoots, so it's like whatever.
Is that hold on before we go? Is that
shoot.
common
Hey, that's a
for
good one right
models
there.
to be there all day? To shoot?
Sometimes
That's
they're super
nice.
short and sometimes they're very long. Yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah.
That's nice.
That's my profile.
12 hours.
That's your profile picture?
Yeah, that's my profile.
That's-
Look, if you see the little circle. Okay,
Oh,
I look
it
a little
is.
ignorant, but like,
Nobody cares about your profile picture. All right,
and you know
Sammy.
what? That's my business. And you know what? Stay in your lane. I was like, but
Hey, can
Wow.
we scroll down?
I know, I'm like, you guys can stalk for a minute.
Look, but you've,
Yeah, we're gonna.
you've been all over the place. Like when we were looking, we're like, damn,
Yeah.
she's on this, she's on that,
Yeah.
she's on that.
all I do is work. Not
All I do is
Okay, give us like the top three.
Okay.
What were your top
No,
three?
no,
like,
hold on, cuz.
What was? Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, let's talk about your favorite photos when you made it on vlog. But I'm saying, let's
Yeah.
talk about that scene. How did they come up with that scene?
Okay,
Or how did it
so-
happen?
So Robin, shout out Robin, I love you.
Robin,
He,
Wata?
his, no, I can't remember his last name, but he's a stylist, and he was on. I don't know if you guys saw Utah Pacific Fashion last year.
It's Robin Wata.
He's songing.
Yeah,
Dude, shout out Robin. Hey, he's
Shout
a big
out
fan. Hey,
Robin,
we know him since he was, yeah, okay.
yeah, and he's like also he works with my dad, which I didn't know. I
Yeah.
was like,
No, he's a big fashion guy.
yeah,
Like,
I love him.
okay.
He's
wow, shout out Robin. Yeah.
And he texted me and he was like, hey, there's this photographer from New York. She's been featured on Vogue.com. I also want to preface this. I didn't go into this thinking I'm gonna be on Vogue. Like that's not what
It
happened.
was just a
Right.
shoot.
I was just like, oh my gosh, it's a shoot. That's so fun. And so he was like, and Robin's a good friend. So I was like, absolutely. He was like, hey, cool. Like, here's the inspo. Like, I'm going to add you to the group chat. We talked about it. And I was like, I really like that dreamy-esque type thing, all that good stuff. And they were like, okay, so we're going to go with the salt flats. So I think it was, I can't remember if it was like afternoon or the morning, but I met Robin at his house. His lovely wife fed me some good food. And I met his cute kids. And they're so sweet. And
Yeah.
he was like, all right, like, let's go. And so we went to the salt flats and it's like a 3-hour drive.
Yeah,
But we were just chatting it up.
Right.
Like when you're talking to someone
The drive does
like
seem
Robin,
long, yeah.
he's such like a positive light and he's so cool that it literally felt like nothing to me. And so like we got there and then we met up with Hannah and she was like, okay, here's the vibe. Here's what I'm looking for. She was like, here's the bed. I'm going to go on out there.
Were you like, oh,
And no, I was all for it. I'm always so like, yeah, this is amazing. I can't wait to see how this looks.
Nice stuff.
But then when then like I got into the water and I was like, oh my gosh, it's so cold. I was like, it is so cool. But I was like, whatever, because it's gonna look so cool in the pictures.
yeah.
But also because it's the salt flats and it's like all the salt. We're brown. You guys know.
It's not
We
good
get
on your
very
skin.
ashy.
Yeah, it's
Get
not
very
good on your
dry.
skin.
And I was like,
Oh, man.
oh my gosh, I didn't bring my lotion. I was like, I'm gonna get out and I'm literally gonna look like I
Drink alcohol all night.
like no, it literally looks like I was like it's gonna look like I rolled around in crack. I came in like but yeah, she was just like let's just go with the flow, let's just do it. Hannah's so sweet and she was really good at directing me, which I really like that in a photographer when they they'll show me the vision, but I also like it when they go, but this is what I want. Because then it makes the process so much faster, and it also it makes them happy, it makes me happy, makes the whole process
instead of
easier.
them just telling you, just freestyle, pull whatever you think looks good.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously I love doing that as well when they're like, oh, just do whatever. But do you and we'll just go from there. But I also like it when they're like, do this because this is what I want. This is what going back, I want to bring your vision
to life.
So it's of course, yeah, tell me. And yeah, and then we just did that, and then we were there forever, and we did it till it was up in the sky till sundown, and it was so fun though. And I had a great time. And then when we were done, I felt so bad. The sheets that she got, and they were probably props or whatever, and she was probably just gonna wash them or whatever, but the sheets, I was like, they're all wet and it's my fault. I felt so bad. I was like, oh my goodness, because I don't know, do you guys ever feel uncomfortable with shoes on the bed?
Oh yeah.
That makes me, that freaks me out. That
Definitely.
freaks me out, actually. I'm like,
But Sunny, they were supposed to get wet.
I know, but
get wet.
but still, it was something inside me was it's dirty and you have to wash it. And I was like, you have to wash.
Sunny's like, I'll take them home.
And I was like, there's a laundromat 3 miles down. But yeah, and it just ended up being a great time. And then even when we were driving back, because Robin drove, Hannah, there was a full moon that night.
Wow.
And so Hannah called us and she was like, would you guys be down to stop and do it, keep shooting? And we did. And it was so fun. It was so cool. So that type of look, I was wearing the same outfit and stuff, but I looked like a ghost bride and it was really pretty. I haven't posted them yet. I have a lot of content that I still need to post.
That's what's up.
And
So you say that's your favorite?
Stay on the
yeah.
lookout.
And
We're going to post that on there.
yeah, I'll post it. Don't worry, guys. Please, you will be fed. I promise. Okay. But it was this really cool, ghostly look, and it was just so fun, and it was the best. And I was so excited for the pictures. And
That's dope.
they came, and I was like, this is so beautiful. I was like, Hannah is so good, and Robin is so good, and they were both so amazing. So it worked out great. They were great.
Wait, how did these pictures get into Vogue though?
So I guess she submits them.
Somebody
submits
saw
them.
it, huh?
Yeah, so she'll submit them, and then I didn't know they got on until my account was hacked, and I was on my other account.
That's right.
Wait, what?
Oh, what?
You got stalkers like
Oh.
that. Sunny was. We
No,
gotta talk about it.
I was it's not that much
Yeah.
because it was literally just me being stupid, and I wasn't thinking. But pretty much I was on my other account, and Robin posted it on his story, and he was like, oh, yeah, you did it. And I was like, woo! I was like,
Just like that.
yeah, and I was like, wait, no way. And I didn't see it at first because
Yeah.
I can't see anything. I'm on a brand new account. I have 3 followers. You know what I mean? And I was also freaking out, but I was like, oh my gosh, I wish I could post it on my main. But no.
Hey, that's cool though. Yeah. Well, how was the feeling though when you? Yeah. When
I
you
was
really
like,
lose?
wait,
You're
that's so cool.
You ain't go out
I
and
was
celebrate or
happy.
anything?
I was like, this is amazing. And I sent it to my boss, and I sent it to
Oh, that's cool.
my friends and my
But wait,
family.
First tongue in on Vogue. Can we say that?
I have no idea.
We gotta do a little homework
I have
before we.
no
Hey, it might be
idea.
right. You might be right, cousin.
I don't know.
That's crazy.
I don't know.
Hey, we don't care. We got a tongue in on
You
Vogue.
ain't
Yeah.
lying. Yeah.
A win is a win. A win is a win.
Hell yeah.
But speaking of that,
That's tight. Hell yeah.
so say you go further into modeling, whatever. What is one magazine that you do want to make the front cover of?
I would love to be on the cover, cover of Vogue, cover. You know what I mean? American
have-
Vogue,
Like
Ooh.
French
Yeah,
Vogue.
any Vogue.
Any
Honestly,
Vogue.
any Vogue or
Nah, you're right, because that's
you
when
know
you know
what I
you
mean?
made
'Cause
it.
that's when you know you made it. And I want to represent for our people, and so I can be
Hey, we see it.
You know,
You already
have an
represent
I
it,
know,
though.
thank you. And then like have it, because like they have like articles and be like Sunny talking about being Polynesian.
That's right.
Oh.
Because when you do make the cover, they write a little article
Yeah,
about
they
you.
always gonna ask.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
so
tight.
that's what I would like to do. You know what I mean? Like
Okay.
really make it so that, because growing up, I didn't have anyone that looked like me. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I feel like I feel like a lot of us can relate to that, especially Polynesian girls, because I feel like we downplay ourselves a bunch, which we shouldn't. We are worth, like my mom said, we are allowed to take up space. We are allowed to be in environments that don't welcome us. We are allowed to be there. We're allowed to, you know what I mean? So,
Wow.
like growing up, obviously there were girls of color that I saw, but none of them were Polynesian. None of them were Tongan. So I something in me was like, I don't want a little girl to be, because I used to cry about it. Like I used to be like, I don't feel beautiful because everything that I'm seeing is telling me that I need to look like this to be beautiful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And obviously everyone around me was like, well, you are, but it's a whole different thing when like what you're seeing in the media and everything, like when nobody looks like you feel so different, especially in real life.
Oh, you
like,
ain't
Facts.
growing up, like I was like, oh my gosh, like all these girls, like all of my Palangi girl friends are like getting all this attention and all this, all this other stuff. And I'm not. And if I am, it's either they're fetishizing me or they've told me straight to my face. I had a boy straight to my face be like, I don't like brown girls. Or like, you're pretty for a brown girl. Like straight to my face. And I said, okay. And I
should have said, you're ugly for a guy.
and I'd go in the bathroom and I'd be like,
Aww.
because it's hard, especially like in a teen girl growing up in in the
American forties, right?
Before Utah, and just like all
Social
just
media.
growing up as a girl in general,
Alone,
social
yeah,
media around,
right,
like you
right.
see all these beauty standards, and you're like,
They're not colored.
I don't look like that.
Yeah.
So at what point do you go, okay, then what is beauty?
Yeah.
Right.
But I found that like, really, I don't know if you guys seen the quote where it's like, your face is a bunch of people who loved each other, you know what I mean? And they created this, you know what I mean?
Ooh.
All those are like, this is
I've
a
never heard
collection
that.
of all of my ancestors
Ooh.
That's tight.
from my mom's side and my dad's side
Ooh.
that loved each other so much that like they brought me into the
Make
world.
way, make way.
They got me. And they got me. But yeah, and so it's just like I like to look at that, and it's also like I think my mom is the most beautiful woman ever.
Wow.
And I'm really getting emotional, like, and I look like her.
Aww.
And so,
Let's go.
you know what I mean? It's like, why
Wow.
would I want to change that? I look like my mom. And I also, obviously, I look like my dad. I always call my dad's jeans. Hello, are you looking at the color of my skin?
Hello.
But like, you know what I mean? It's just that like,
You got the
like
best of both worlds.
I got the best of both worlds, and I
Definitely.
am so lucky that I have two parents who love each other so much that they created me and my siblings. You know what I mean? And that,
Wow.
that I like, and like they, just stuff like that.
Hey, come on.
I'm very emotional. I'm so
on.
sorry, but like,
No,
you
that's
know what I
cool.
mean? It's just like in a world where everyone almost looks the same, or you know what?
Mm-hmm.
Trying too hard.
Yeah, trying, and even if they want to, that's their thing. But
Everyone's beautiful.
yeah, everyone's beautiful, and like I'm so proud that I look like my mom and my dad.
That's what's up. And you should be, son.
I don't want
You
like
know
there
what I
was
mean?
I had a phase like not even too long ago where I was like I want to get lip filler. I was like I want to get lip filler, and because I was like all the beautiful girls have big lips, like very like, all
Oh,
the
I
girls
see
that
what
I
you
like
mean.
sometimes hang around, they get like lip filler, which it looks amazing, by the way. You are allowed to do what you want with your body, it's okay. I would, but not that I just like started feeling so insecure about my lips because I was like, oh my goodness, I was like
I need that.
I need that. I feel like it's like, you know what I mean? It's such a common thing in the media to look at it and be like, I need that. You don't.
You don't.
You don't need that. Nobody really needs anything. If you want to, that's totally fine. There's
That's
nothing
you.
wrong with
Yeah.
getting work done also. I want to make that very clear.
No, you're right.
But I also was just like, why do I want to look like them? I don't look like them. That's a Balangi girl. I'm Tongan. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, of course I look different. Of like,
You
we're
meant to look
be different.
Yeah, come on.
Because if I looked like that like, Where's the diversity? Where's the fun in that? You
boring.
know what I mean? It's really boring.
Look, all I gotta say is everybody's scared of what's different,
Yeah. There's
and we
nothing wrong
love
with it.
being different.
Yeah, we
man.
love being different. There's nothing wrong with being different. Being different is so fun.
No, hey, and I love that you open about that about what we see nowadays, because I feel like with our kids, cousins growing up in this world, that's whatever they see now is what they want to be.
Facts.
You know what I mean? What we grew up is like,
It was different.
yeah, you know what I mean. We
Social media did a lot.
yeah, so social media is
Social media
taking
did
that.
a lot.
But I love that you open about that and saying that you should be okay with yourself. You know what I mean? You're supposed to look different. You're not supposed to get lips like everybody else
Yeah.
because you're not supposed to look like.
You're not supposed
Yeah.
to.
What is that? What do they say? The beauty is in the
Eye of the beholder.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's hard. And I feel like it's even harder for, I would say, like girls younger than me as well. They're so young. I didn't get a phone till I was 12 years old, but even when I did then, not even kidding, I could not leave the house without a full face of makeup. Keep in mind, I'm a baby. I'm a child. I'm 12. I would literally have a panic attack if I didn't go out with a full face of makeup. Because everyone online, like I felt like, not that they were telling me like, you're ugly without makeup, but everything that I was seeing online was like, you need that. Like
To make you
that,
feel good.
Which is nothing against people who do want to wear a full face of makeup. I kill it. Yes, absolutely. But it didn't make me feel good.
That's right.
I felt like I had to because everybody else, that's the only way people would like
Fitting the mold.
see me. Yeah, like to fit the mold, which I don't fit. But that's okay because I have my own mold.
That's right.
Yeah.
Make your own lane. Hey, make your own
Man,
lane.
look.
Hey, but I'm gonna say this out there for all you Polynesian women out there, man. Look, I know the world's telling you to change, man, to do all these things to look like everybody else. But I'm gonna tell you this right now, I'm culturally rooted. Being real, like having real, like facials and everything, is the new thing now, man. It's because that's what makes you different.
Natural
Everybody else is natural beauty, because everybody else is
beauty is
trying to enhance themselves to look
Yeah.
sexy. But I'm telling you, man, the natural beauty is the new look now, man. So be natural, stay good, because when you get older, you're gonna look,
You're gonna look messed up.
Wear-
You look like a
Wear your
doll.
SPF. Wear your SPF. I know. No, I'm serious. This also needs to be said. Wear your sunscreen.
For real?
I don't care I don't care that we're brown or people of color. We need sunscreen just as much as the Kalani do.
Hey,
I'm not kidding.
What's
You
going
ain't
on?
lying.
What's
You
going
ain't-
on
You
here?
guys know
You
I'm
ain't lying.
serious. I'm so
I'm-
serious.
hey.
You need sunscreen. It literally,
I wore
I'm not
sunscreen
even
today.
exaggerating.
Killing
it
them.
prevents it, like,
Cancer.
it's okay to, yes.
Right? See?
It's okay.
Yes.
Like, it obviously prevents like sun damage, but that sun damage ages you.
You ain't lying.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I don't care who.
Put lotion on. My Polynesian
No,
people.
SPF.
SPF.
You need lotion, but you need
Lotion.
SPF. You need sunscreen. I don't care
Please.
who's telling you that you don't. You need sunscreen.
Okay, damn,
Even if it's the only thing you wear. Well, because
Let-
I used to, someone was like, well, you don't need sunscreen. And I'm like, okay, and I don't want forehead wrinkles when I'm 22. Because I'm out in the sun all the time, okay?
Because they saw you were colored, huh? They're like,
Because-
good.
well, they were like, you don't need it. You're brown.
See, I know. See, I've heard that.
And I was like, and has anybody ever told you to shh?
Crazy.
Shut the-
Wear sunscreen.
Wear
Well,
sunscreen.
This
I don't
episode is
care
brought
if
to
it's
you
the
by
only-
sunscreen.
Yeah, what's the
We want to make sure that we're sponsored by sunscreen now.
Well, for all of my girls of color, Innisfree, SPF, I think it's like 30. It's a good one, and it doesn't have a white cast. I don't know if you guys are familiar with like a white cast. Remember when? I don't know if you guys like. Do you guys wear sunscreen on your face?
I wear
at all?
sunscreen.
No, I do lotion and Vaseline.
Okay, so I'm gonna need you to get some sunscreen.
Vaseline. What
no.
the?
Vaseline?
You don't want to.
Nigga,
No,
Vaseline.
Vaseline. It's really good. It's called slugging. It's really good.
Wait, you
for
put Vaseline?
I put it on.
It
I put it on
keeps
my
you
face.
young.
You
I
put Vaseline?
I put it on my face.
Tell them it
Right?
keeps you young.
Vaseline in the water.
No, I'm talking about
Like daily,
as
like
in,
a that's
as
his
in, like,
skincare routine. That's
every
his
day.
skincare routine.
Okay, I thought you said I put on Vaseline before I go in the water.
No.
Like, you're
I'm
gonna
talking
do
about as
stuff.
like lotion.
That's so real
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah, I'm
No,
with
no,
you.
no,
Yeah.
no, no. Vaseline. It's actually a great beauty product. I
See, they
slug
don't
my
know
face
that.
at night.
They
It's
don't know
a
that.
great.
Look
yeah.
at Superman's elbow. He don't know that.
Look, I got coconut oil. I came out
That's
I
good
use
too,
coconut oil.
cousin.
Look,
Well, like
glistening.
I'm glistening in it, yeah.
so like
But
white cast,
sunscreen though.
Put water.
white
Yeah.
cast, white cast. When you put it on, you put on sunscreen. It gives like it makes your face like it gives like a white, almost like film over it,
stop it,
which
Will.
looks awful on any person
like
of
a
color.
ghost. You look like
Yeah, like you look like a ghost. Like I hate it. So Innisfree, it doesn't have any white cast. So if you're looking for a sunscreen, make sure you look to see if it says no, like white cast free or like no white cast, game changer.
No white
Game changer.
guys.
I just burned.
No white.
So
Cast.
sorry.
Yeah.
I'm about to go get that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, I'm
Keep
like,
going.
what are we talking about?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Where we at?
Where are we at? What else?
Culture?
Are we?
Questions?
Oh yeah, let's get into
Oh.
that. So we're getting
That. Any of these?
Getting there.
yeah, we're gonna get into
time we
some
I'm scared.
cultural questions.
Nah, don't be scared.
I ask my guests this when they come on, every guest that come on, but we get into a culture a little bit because we are culturally rooted, and we try to talk about different cultures. So you being Tongan that you're here, my question is, what is one thing about your culture? It could be the
Okay.
Tongan side or the Palangi side that you live by or that you take into your life.
Okay.
What is one thing about your culture that they do that you don't agree with or necessarily you're like, you know what, I'm not going with that.
Okay.
Even though the culture is
Yeah. One thing I really love is that we're very family oriented.
big.
And I'm sure everybody says that, but like it really
no, it really is though. It's different
having
for
a
us.
strong family union, it's a great foundation. It's always something you can fall back on. So I love that we're also family oriented. Even if it's my cousin I met 5 seconds ago, I know he's already gonna ride for me, and I'm gonna ride for him because that's just how it is. You know what I mean?
That's just what family
It's
do.
just what family does. Even if we're not even like blood related,
No,
and
you're
I'm
not.
like, yeah, you're my cousin. I'd die for you. I think.
Damn, son.
It's like that. I'd die for you. Yeah.
I'd die for you. Yeah, I take a bullet. I don't know. Just stuff like that. So it's like I really love that about us. I love that we're very.
Dope.
I also love that we're loud in a world where everything needs to be quiet. I love that we're loud in certain circumstances.
Thank you.
Because I can understand
Thank
why it
you.
could be annoying.
Thank
Like,
you.
hey guys, it's okay to be quiet sometimes.
You know what I'm saying?
But like I love that we're loud, and I love that loud is also like as in like we're very proud of who we are.
Right.
I used to not rep us at all. I used to be like, I'm a white woman. I'm a white girl. I was like, I don't know what the hell was this
in the beginning of the damn
I was like,
I'm a white girl.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. I was like, I am a white woman. Like, you know what I mean? Like I used to.
I tan every night.
Okay,
Don't let this fool you.
Okay, I perked my hair.
I use my SPF 30.
Yeah,
Okay.
but yeah, so I like used to just like, you know what I mean? So I feel like we're so loud and proud about who we are that it's so fun to see, and it's so, you know what I mean? Like it's so nice because it's, you know, because we do live in Utah.
No, you ain't lying.
I feel like there's more of us here now, but like still, like
Man,
it's
back
predominantly
then-
white, which is
Right.
fine. But like, you know,
Yeah, we love our white people. Shout out Skylar.
Yeah, shout out Skylar though. Skylar.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Tyler, you know me.
No, Skylar Samoan.
Yeah.
So, good.
Okay,
You
what's
just light skin.
what is
Yeah.
one thing that you don't like about what the culture teaches? It could be anything.
Probably going back on the modesty thing.
Okay.
Honestly, just because, you know, because like I said, I'm not out, like, even if I was, that's my prerogative.
Yeah.
I'm not out here, like, doing anything crazy.
Mm.
But to my grandparents and to, like, my older cousins, they're like,
Tripping.
oh my gosh.
We raised you better than this.
You know what I mean?
Hold on.
Hey, okay.
Sorry, we have
Yeah,
using that word today.
Tell us how you really feel.
Right?
You know, just stuff like that. So it's just like,
Oh, okay.
you know.
Got to leave that in the past.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm like I said, just have conversations. Oh, also, the other thing that we don't talk about problems. We're allowed to have conversations. Okay, we don't need to brush it under the rug every single time. We are allowed to.
Talk about it.
We can talk about stuff. Okay, it's really not that scary once you really get into it. Okay.
No, it's really
Having
not.
a conversation, it seems scary.
No, it does, yeah.
Anticipation behind it is scary, but having like a conversation about anything, feelings, respect, an argument, whatever. Because like, I also feel like we as Polynesian people, we're so stubborn. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
I've seen that. You know what I mean? We're so stubborn that I'm like, it's like, also when do we put like our walls down and be like, hey, let's have a conversation. Hey, let's figure this out because obviously yelling and fighting and screaming and pushing and shoving isn't working.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Like, we don't always need to like fight.
No,
you
you're
know what
right.
I mean? We can sit down and be like, this is what I'm feeling. this is how you're feeling.
Right.
Now, how do we come to a consensus?
Speak out aloud.
Since we on there right now, I got something to talk about. Why is your Polynesian women's calves bigger than the men's calves?
I don't know.
We need to talk about that.
I'm like, God really took his time with us.
Hold up. I
I'm just kidding.
I got another. I got one more culture question for you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, so
I got one left.
you got one. Okay.
Wow.
Look at that, Sonny.
Okay. What's one thing about your culture, Sunny? It could be saying Tongan or Palangi side. Without this one thing from your culture, it wouldn't make you you.
Oh, you wouldn't be Sunny.
What's the one thing from your
Just
culture that you
being
could say?
Tongan in general, I think. Like, I also love my white side. This is gonna sound like I'm like neglecting my white side,
Yeah,
but like
neglect the white side.
like I used to reject my Tongan side so much that it's like, as an adult, I'm like, I have to almost make up for it, which I don't really have to, but it's like the little child. Guys, get into inner workings of like your inner child, okay? It heals you a lot. Trust.
You pleasing that little girl.
Yeah, like the girl who didn't want to be Tongan, the girl who didn't like her curly hair, who didn't like her brown skin, who didn't like her nose, who didn't.
Wow.
Like, you know what I mean?
Talk you in, Sonny. His fingernails, Sonny. Golly.
She Tongan.
No, I'm Tongan. You know what I mean? Like the little girl who
Wow.
who felt different, who felt like an outcast, like
Who felt that you had to be
felt
white
like
to
that
be pretty.
I had to be white to make it in the industry. You know what I mean? To be seen as like a model and not
Get her
an
now.
athlete.
We got a Tongan on Vogue.
Also, it's also like I feel like I say like a lot. Take a shot. Say like a lot. You're gonna have alcohol poisoning.
Like.
You know,
That's dope.
yeah, just
Wow, that was a great answer. I like that.
you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Your inner child.
Like
Please,
Polynesian women, Polynesians in general, we're not just athletes. We're worth so much. We can do so much more. That's not the only. Hey, let's talk about that. We are so much more than just athletes.
Let's talk about that.
We are engineers. We are politicians.
We're podcasters.
We are podcasters. We are models. We are advocates. We are everything in between. I feel like so many people, even our people, they're just like
Cages
what's the
in.
only way out?
Yeah.
What's the only way
You got to
out?
play football. You got to play
We
soccer.
have to play football. I was talking with this guy I work with, and he's someone, and he was like,
He is.
well, he was like
Ooh.
every kind of with like relating to like my sports thing. He was like, I could never do sports. I was so into like, he was like, I was into math, I was into reading, like I was all this, but my
Ooh.
parents were like,
They didn't
you
want it.
have to play
Yeah.
football because that's the only way we're gonna. And we had this whole conversation about about it. He was like, but I ended up going to college. Like my mom didn't want me to go to college because she thought the only way I was gonna go to college was
Football.
football through sport.
Scholarship.
Exactly. And he was like, but I did it just because I'm smart. Like, 'cause he's intelligent. He's so smart.
That's
And yeah, so he was like, and it's so hard not fitting into that mold because you almost feel like you're a disappointment.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what I felt like that.
No, it really is.
You know what I
But
mean?
hey, but thank you for shedding light on that because
Oh.
that is a big thing on our people. That is,
We don't.
You're right.
Need
You don't-
sports
hey,
to
look,
get out of
your
whatever
kids-
situation we're
your
in.
kids are not good at sports. I'm telling that right now. So stop coming to the game, yelling at the coach why he's not in. You know why the hell he's not in.
break the stereotype.
You know what I
We
mean?
can do everything.
Stop.
It's 2020.
Maybe he loves lifting up female. Maybe he wants to be a damn cheerleader. Let him be a cheerleader.
What are we talking about? He wants to pick a female.
I think we do. You have something you want to tell us, child?
If he wants to pick up females like my guy did when he was growing up, let him do it because he didn't get to do it.
You're not good at sports. Some of us are made to be cheerleaders.
Were you looking at the side when you were playing?
It's not about me anyway,
My
Sonny.
guy,
Let's go
my
back
guy was
to,
playing football, looking at the male cheerleaders like that's what I,
I was
wanted
like,
to
damn, that's
do.
tough.
Hey,
Man, I want him to lift me up.
I'm gonna start crying. Oh my gosh.
hey, the truth just leaked out a little bit. Hey, Superman, go ahead. Come on.
Let's see your culture
Get your
question.
In our culture, what obviously, coach who's out there. What's one thing that's not part of our culture that you would adopt from another?
Ooh.
Acceptance.
Ooh.
Acceptance. I think my mom's side.
Being understood.
Being understood.
They get that part.
Being heard.
Ooh.
Because you can talk and you can hear someone, but are you listening?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Shut up. You
heard
didn't
you.
even hear it. I just said.
Hey.
Yeah. So
Like that.
acceptance, understanding, listening.
Okay.
You know, just stuff like that. Being in tune. I know I talk about it. I know I've said it like a million times, but like, you know, be in tune with your emotions.
Mm.
No wrong with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Knowing that you're human.
Yeah, knowing that you're human and you have a heart and you have a soul.
And we all make mistakes.
Cool.
It's so true.
Okay, let's go. So
I like that. Yeah, good answer.
we're coming to we'll do a rapid fire question.
Yeah.
And we ask you and you have to answer.
Oh, I'm scared.
Yeah. You
Don't
have
say that because that's actually gonna
You have
to
answer.
to answer.
I'm like, 7. You're like, we asked you your favorite color.
I'm gonna go first.
Go ahead.
Oh shoot.
Being a model,
Okay. My heart's all beating.
what is one state that you would want to live in that would make your model career blast off?
LA or New York?
You want to be in that fashion show in New York?
I've been in New York. I want to be in New York Fashion Week. I will be in New York Fashion Week. I'm putting this out into the universe.
Hell yeah.
I will be in New York Fashion Week one day. But LA or New York, I went there 2 years ago with like a class of mine, and I fell in love with New York. I thought it was
Hey, I've been out there.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
Beautiful. Obviously, it has some personality. But I loved the busyness, the drive. The food there is so good. Yes, it is so expensive.
Riding the train.
Yeah, riding the train. Like, what do you mean I don't have to waste gas?
It's a whole different. No, but I'm just saying, under there's a whole different.
You can run a train here. We got the tracks.
But not to,
No,
like,
no, it's called
54th Street,
no, but I'm
you know
saying
what
it's
I mean?
I'm saying it's called something else down there.
Like
though.
The subway.
The subway.
Yeah.
But I'm saying though, so man, underneath though, because New York is up top.
Yeah.
It's a whole different.
It's a different
That's what I'm saying.
world
It's the
down
most
there.
ugly
It's
and
different
nastiest,
weather.
beautiful place
Yeah.
you've ever been.
And then I also really like LA. My dad's from there. And
Shout out LA.
yeah, shout out LA. Shout out my cousins.
Yeah, that's how I know him. Yeah.
I miss you all.
bread.
Love you. But yeah, New York or LA.
You would do the walk-in. What was that? The fashion show where they walk.
I do fashion shows.
Yeah, I seen some.
Yeah.
That picture we posted.
Yeah, that was from Utah Pacific.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I do fashion shows.
No, but I'm talking about how they do it in New York. You know how they do like the
Yeah.
Gucci
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff,
yeah, yeah.
And they
I
have
would
like
do that.
rappers come out and rap while you walk.
Yeah, I'd love to do that. That'd be amazing. That's the dream.
Okay,
yeah.
go ahead, cousin
Yeah.
Tanya.
Besides sunscreen, what would be your
Skincare
number
routine?
one? Yeah, number one. Let's see.
Like number one product I can't live without.
Number one product you have to use that people need that you're like, damn, if you use this, that might change your life.
Lip balm.
Lip balm.
I've met some people who lips look drier than the Sahara Desert.
She's saying that because she's
And I-
looking
and
at
I-
for this whole podcast. Damn.
No, and then I have to I'd like pull out my Aquaphor and be like, I'm like, anyways,
Lip balm. Okay.
anyways. No, lip balm.
Do a lot.
That or actually like Vaseline. It's a great moisturizer. It's a great moisturizer.
On the lip?
Vaseline.
On
No,
the
I'm actually. You know what?
No, I put it on.
She said on the face.
Yeah,
I've seen it on the
You
lips.
guys are on the beauty community like I'm on the
I
beauty.
seen it.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Sunny A.
It's a
lip balm.
lip
Vaseline.
balm, lip balm, Vaseline. I
Get
love
them
it.
elbows, boy.
Get the elbows, get the knees.
Can't go.
Hey, even the neck. Get the neck. All right.
The back of the neck.
I can see the dirt in there. You can.
The back.
Ooh.
Okay, my bad.
You know, just call out your cousins.
Wait a minute.
Go ahead.
It's
She said,
Let's roll.
in the black, in the back of your neck.
I see the roach in there. Don't worry. Make yourself at home.
Want me get that?
My turn, right?
Yeah, that's you.
What is the most important thing you learned in life?
Oh, we can. Okay, so
That love is everything.
Go ahead.
Love goes a long way. Love is love. Especially, I feel like in today's world, you just need love. You need empathy. You have to have a heart.
Hey, love will change the world.
Love can change the world.
love always wins.
Love always wins.
Come on.
Shut up.
Sorry. He was singing.
Sorry, my
I was
question.
just building on.
What the hell they answering to my? Am I asking y'all or am I asking her?
You was saying what I
You
said. Love always
love
wins.
me.
Anyways.
Let's get together and be happy.
Okay.
With a great big hug and
Hey,
a
ask me
kiss
next
from
question.
me
Go
and
ahead.
you.
Keep going.
We're gonna cut that out.
Okay, my thing.
Hurry up.
All right. What is one thing that growing up has taught you about life?
You got to know who you are at the end of the day. You like people, like I was saying, this world is ugly. It can get rough. And at the end of the day, you have you, yourself, and you. And so, you know,
Be confident.
be confident in who you are, because people are going to tell you you're this and you're that, but you know who you are. You know what I mean? You know who you are.
I like that.
You know who you are. You know where you stand.
And if you don't know who you are, go find yourself.
Actually, yeah, no, it's a real thing. You need to find yourself.
See?
Because some of y'all be playing out here, and it's
You know what I'm
crazy.
saying?
It's starting to piss me off.
His fingernails. Let his fingernails. I keep warning you about this shit.
Stop pissing her off, okay?
All right, let's go one more. Let's go one more round.
Okay,
Come on,
go.
hit it with one.
All right, look, let's just get into music because your dad's a musician.
Oh, yeah.
So if you had to listen to one artist for the rest of your life.
SZA.
Ooh.
SZA.
Like that?
SZA.
That's quick.
SZA or Giveon. I don't know if you guys know who Giveon is.
I don't know who give me on this, but I know what the other person is.
But I feel like I've heard
I
that
love
name.
him.
What is that?
Amazing.
R&B?
R&B, soul, kind of alternative. He's very... I wanted to see him in concert like a year ago, and I couldn't go because I'd work. It was made me so sad. But I love his albums. Him and SZA. I'm like, guys, please get on that.
Come on, sponsor your girl.
Please put me on the cover. I'll be on her music video. I'll be so.
Hey, we gonna tag
I
her.
promise I'm funny.
yeah.
Like I promise I'm like. Please,
You just heard her story. She ready.
please. I'm like, please.
Go ahead, man.
Oh, I don't have a question. What I actually do, I want to put you on the spot.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Obviously, models. I want you to direct us in a picture.
Put us in the pose right now.
A pose, and we're gonna and you're gonna direct this.
And we're gonna see if it looks
And I
good
want
on
you
this
to go.
camera.
We're gonna do 1, 2
At a time?
and a 3.
Can we just do it
Okay.
here, though?
Yeah, we're gonna do it right here. We'll do it right here.
Yeah, we're here.
She's gonna
We're
tell you
here.
where to put your hand.
1, 2,
Go ahead.
3.
Go ahead.
Okay. So
Go ahead, do
that's-
cousin
okay,
first.
So
No,
that's
right here.
the
That's his
camera.
question.
Oh.
1, 2.
Yeah, he said 1, 2, 3, cousin. So you,
2,
me.
3.
I gotta start.
Yep.
Just think about it. You'll be over with it.
I'll win.
Okay?
I'll win. Let's
Okay,
go.
So just look at the
Can we do a
camera,
picture?
and then yeah. Just
Hey,
look at the camera,
Skylar,
and
make sure you taking these pictures.
Let's make this really just like simple. Just give
Okay.
like a little face. Give a little face. So looking at the camera.
Hurry up, cousin.
Oh, shit. What is that?
Give him the
You have the glasses.
No.
Take the glass. There we go. Through the eyes, cousin. Through the eyes, cousin. Ooh.
Don't be too intense with it. You
Like,
don't be
I'm
too
too
intense.
I'm getting real. Like I'm getting like a pedophile.
Pedophile, little boys. Pedophile.
Hold up. Go.
All right, you got 5 seconds. Let's go. 5. Ooh. Oh.
The thing about modeling is.
Oh, look at the eyebrows, cousin. It's all about the look.
Okay, cool. Next.
Okay.
Okay. Same thing with you. Just look at the camera.
All right,
Just look at the
so-
camera and just like. Maybe do something with your no.
Oh, hell
No,
no.
you're doing too much. Oh my gosh.
I'm trying to make my lips like this.
No, you just gotta just like kind of like.
Kind of like what?
Do thing with your hands, just big.
Oh, you let him do his hands, but I didn't get to do mine.
No, you have to evolve. You have to get to the levels. Are you rubbing stuff?
Oh, hell no. He cheating. All right.
All right, go ahead, Superman.
Superman.
He got what? He got wet.
Make me sweat. Make me harder.
Hello. Yeah. Excuse me.
Because your face is like that.
Okay, you win.
Somebody win.
Scarlett, make sure you cut this shit to.
Save me, please.
Sonny, who won? Come on, be honest. Who won?
Okay, you know he look.
Sonny, look at me.
Don't lie, because did you see
My
these
brother,
things?
you look dehydrated.
He look real thirsty, don't he?
You look dehydrated.
We were all bottom and we look behind him.
I think you need electrolytes. Okay, let's start there.
Okay, let's start there.
That was a good one. Hey,
All right, look,
Sonny,
look, I got one.
go ahead.
Yeah.
Good.
We won. I won, guys, just so you guys know. Okay.
I think I
Hold on. Go ahead.
won. You
We're
won.
done.
Go ahead.
Done. We done.
Sonny,
No.
We done.
appreciate it. Thank you so much.
We do.
We love your energy. Thank you. Thank you so much for obviously spending time with us, letting us know your journey.
Yeah.
We got to run it back. We got to run it back. We got to run it back.
Please have me
This
on
time,
again. One.
next time, Pool will shower before.
And
so
pour
actually,
Vaseline. So he-
like,
I'll bring some SPF. I'll bring a skincare routine.
Because I won the modeling
I'll bring a
competition.
skincare routine. You know, all of that.
Best of luck in your future, and obviously, you got fans.
Yeah.
You
For
guys
life.
like me?
Just piggybacking off of that, Sunny, I want to say thank you too for taking time to come on our podcast on Culture Rooted.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Many blessings to you. We know you're gonna go far.
Right.
I'm with Superman. After you do the Fashion Week in New York, please, we'll get run this back so we can talk about your career later.
Absolutely.
But to be honest, I want to thank you for being open
Yeah.
about conversation we talk about. I feel like it's a good thing for our culture. Not only that, but for Polynesian women that's gonna watch this and see that they are good enough and that they can stand up for what they believe in.
We are enough, we're worthy, and we are so beautiful, despite what our
And so
brothers
again,
and husbands tell us.
I want to say thank you, Sunny. Not only that, but shout out your parents, man. They raised a good one. So
You did it right.
I love you guys. You're my
I
favorite.
piggyback off my guys real quick. I'm sorry.
Go right ahead.
But look,
all I do is talk.
no, thank you for being you.
you ain't lying.
Thank you for not being scared to be you.
Yes.
Oh,
Thanks for being a
absolutely.
trendsetter in this space because we need more Polynesian models up in here. But
Yeah.
look, we got one in here and Sonny's doing it. So y'all
Not only that, but you repping the culture too.
Yeah.
Like,
Always,
so-
always, always,
Yeah.
always.
We
Till
got to
my
give you
very
your
last
flowers.
breath.
You still here. We got to give you your flowers. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Tease up.
Tease up. So when we go out, we do a song.
Oh,
When we go out,
are we singing?
yeah, we're gonna sing. We're gonna sing.
What song do you like to sing?
Yeah, we'll sing a song you want to sing.
What's the song you know? Yeah.
What is the song I know how to sing? I don't know if you guys listen to Billie Eilish. No, it's a sad song. It's not even like a happy song.
Ooh,
It's
Billie
a sad song.
Is it
Yeah.
famous?
Yeah,
Which
that-
one?
It's the
Come on.
new- It's like she was crying on my shoulder. All I could do was hold her.
You just sing.
Na, 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 na,
You just sing.
till the light.
Okay.
No, I know that you love me.
Love me.
You don't need to remind me.
Okay.
I should put it all behind me, shouldn't I? But I see her in the back of my mind all the time. I don't know. That song really resonates.
Right.
Hey, and we gonna I'm on that. We appreciate you, Sonny.
Thank you.
Sky, and we're gonna put that at the beginning of this episode. We out of here. Thank you for tuning in to Culturally Rooted. Let's go, Sonny!